Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Black Man Unfiltered Network. Today is going to be a great day. It has been a great day. Even if it was a messed up day, you're here now, and we're glad that you're here, man. All right. This is Black Man Unfiltered Network Barbershop Talk Friday. Y'all know every Friday it goes down in here. Yeah. It definitely goes down in here on Fridays. So I'm waiting on my guys are coming in. They're getting off work. They're getting off other panels. They're coming in the back. And so I'm glad they're going to be here. They're going to lock this thing down tonight. I'm glad you guys are here now. I definitely want to get into the comments because I see that my boy Gray Peel is in the building. I see Before the Billions is in the building tonight. I appreciate you for being here as well. Guys, as you come in, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit that like button, and let's get it in. Let's get it in, all right? All right, so before we get started, I want to say something about something that went on with me. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I think that the title of this tonight is going to upset a lot of people, but I'm in the upsetting business. I think that hopefully I piss you off enough that it'll make you change something. Yeah. I hope I piss you off to the point that it make you change something about yourself. Last night I had an opportunity to be on a platform, and on that platform last night there was a young lady on that platform that from the time I knocked on the door of the platform, I was scolded. I was looked at crazy, middle finger thrown at me, right? And so last night I got off my rocker a little bit. And so what I did last night, I went off, right? Should I have done it? No. Should I have done it? Yeah. All right. Because sometimes we get into positions where we have to stand up for ourselves. And I think men have gotten to a point. The reason that this came up, if y'all know Hink 75, Hink comes on the show a lot. And Hink started this conversation, as you can see in the thumbnail. And Hink said that I'm the prize. The men are the prize. He said, you're the straw in the broom, but I am the broom handle. I'm going to say that again. Hink said that men, black men, we are the prize. We are needed. We are wanted. No matter by who, we are wanted. We're needed. And for that reason, he said the women are the straw. The men, he is the broom handle. We got a lot of things going on in the street where men can't even speak up to the women anymore. They can't tell the women nothing. We can't speak to them. We can't tell them nothing. We can't tell them how we feel about anything. You can't be vulnerable with them. You can't talk to them. And then when they get out of line, and then you straighten them up, the first thing they do is they weaponize femininity, get delusional for 35 seconds, and say, "I just don't understand why I'm being attacked." But that's not what that's not why I'm not going to moving forward. I'm going to be as respectful as I can to everyone. I'm going to be as respectful as I can to everyone. But if you cross the line, I'm willing to cross it with you. I'm willing to cross it with you. Yeah. Because if my grandmother and my grandfather used to tell me all the time that a bully will bully you as long as you let them bully you. But if you put a pause in them, my grandfather used to use the words, if you put a pause in their asses, they'll leave you alone. They won't bother you. All right, Mr. Bennett, I see you in the chat tonight. Bernard, I see you in the chat tonight. I know Bernard, I see him in the back. He'll come back in a minute. Paul Bennett, I did send you the link as well to your phone. If I need to email it, let me know in the chat. If I need to email it to you, I'll email it to you as well. If that's what you need me to do, brother, you just let me know, and I'll make sure I'll take care of that for you. All right, the beautiful lies in the building. All right, what's good, black man? Let's have this uncomfortable convo. Absolutely. Gray Peel is in the building tonight. Shout out to you. He's in the back as well. Bernard is here tonight as well. I think, and another thing I want to do, man, you got to give people their flowers while they can smell them. I truly thank these guys for coming every Friday to have these conversations. Ain't none of these guys running from these conversations. None of them are running from conversation. Y'all know Mandrell ain't running from no conversation. Shortest guy I know. All right, shortest guy I know, but he ain't running from no conversation. Mandrell is ready every week. Right, and I love Mandrell for being open and honest. Bernard will sit back and he'll listen to you talk all the crap you want to talk. And as soon as you get through talking it, he's going to lean over into the camera. He's going to rub his bald head. He's going to look you in the. He's going to look in the camera and say, "You full of shit." Bernard will sit quietly. Yeah. We got some new people going to be on the panel tonight. I got you, Mr. Bennett. I see you in the chat, dog. I got you. We got some new people in the back tonight that's going to bring a different perspective. All right. Now, guys, I definitely want to acknowledge this right here. Give me just a second. Let's see what we got just popped up here. Yeah, we got a super chat already. Sir Hell Speaks is in the house. He said, I appreciate you, bro, just showing support. I love you, brother. I sent you the link as well. When you get out of your meetings and get out of being busy over there, brother, you know I got some space for you over here on this side, man. Come on in the room. Come on in the room whenever you're ready, Doc. All right. And then Mr. Bennett, I'm sending Mr. Bennett, guys, I'm sending him the link right now. Again, thank you guys for being here. When you come in, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Let's see. Oh, whoa, Jenny's in. Hey, there go Jenny. Jenny, I was scared. I said, man, where my girl Jenny at? Come on, I can't do this without Jenny now. Yeah, it's good to see you, Jenny. It's good to see you too. We ain't signing in the building tonight. It's good. Karen, it's good to see you too. And she said, laugh out loud, perfect description of Bernard's reaction. Absolutely. We in the building tonight. And we got Angelus in the building from the Great Peel Podcast, guys. You know Angelus, right? He going to either have a beanie on or he going to have a cap on. All right? Beanie or cap. But he going to call cap when he hear it. He's going to call cap when he hear it. That's it. And you know, he still ain't sent me my damn headphones yet, guys. But I'm going to call him out. I'm going to call him out tonight. He going to give me my damn headphones. I need my headphones immediately. All right? I'm going to need them immediately. All right, let's see here. Who else we got in the building tonight? All right, let me see. So Mr. Bennett, we're going to take care of Mr. Bennett, guys. Give me a second here. Because I definitely got to have him in. You know, I got to do my intros like we do every Friday night to bring my guys in. So give me just a second here. And give Mr. Bennett in here. And then we're going to move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got. All right, Mr. Bennett, you good to go. Let's see. All right. Again, guys, when you're coming in, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. As you coming in. Let's see. All right. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go ahead, Mandrell. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man. I forgot, man. You got to keep reminding me, man. I'm getting old. My guy. So let's see. All right, so guys, I got him in here. All right, I just send it to you, Mr. Bennett. All right, let's see here, Mr. Bennett, and I ain't in it. All right, we got him in here. Again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your patience right now. Just want to make sure I get my guy in here, Mr. Bennett, man. I can't do it without Mr. Bennett tonight. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. He gives another perspective too, man. Him and Bernard are the calm in the storm. But Bernard, you know, you got to watch Bernard. Bernard's sneaky, man. Bernard will sneak something in on you, and you be like, did that dude just cuss me out? You know, you got to watch Bernard. Bernard on a whole nother level. He's on a whole nother level. So let me see. Give me just a second. All right. Let's see. All right. So, Mr. Bennett, you should have the email now, sir. So we can get this thing rocking and rolling. You know I'm gonna wait on you, brother. I'm gonna wait on you. Let's see here. All right, I got everybody in here. Before we start, I definitely want you guys to Black David. You can send Black David the link to Mandrell as well. We're gonna get all the guys in tonight. This is a conversation we got to have tonight. Mr. Bennett is here, Angelus is here, Bernard is here, Mandrell is in the building, and we got a new guy in here. I want to introduce him as well tonight as he comes in. But we got to send Black David that link because I want to have him over here because I got some things I need to discuss with him too. Yeah, we're gonna get on him tonight too. This barbershop talk tonight. All right. All right, now we're gonna send a special prayer out to the Golden State Warriors tonight that they can tie this series. I know Mr. Bennett is on here tonight. He in the background laughing right now. Mr. Bennett, don't you do that to me. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, Mr. Bennett. Don't you do it. All right. So let's see here. All right. So again, a moment of silence for them Golden State Warriors, especially if my boy hurt, man. Hey, listen, man, my boy not feeling too well. You know, Steph Curry, man, you know, Marcus Smart so dirty. You know, I want to put that out there. I know Mr. Bennett not gonna let me live that one down, but he is. Princess A is in the house tonight. She said I had a wonderful day. She said she was hiking in the state park in Canyons. Y'all not going to disturb my peace tonight. I brought my belt for y'all. Well, bring that belt on in here, God. We ain't signing. You should be in here too. I know Mandrell sending y'all the link, so we good. We good. All right. So let's see here. Let me go and get y'all up in this thing. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Black Man Unfiltered tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring all the fellas up tonight. Yeah. Let me go ahead and bring them up as one at a time. The first person I want to bring up is the Boston Celtic fan of tonight. I'm still gonna let him come in, but he's my boy, Mr. Bennett in the building. Hey, I see you. Go ahead and do your dance, man. Go ahead and get your Celtic dance on, brother. Hey, there you go. All right. Next up, guys, we got the bald-headed verbal physician in the house tonight. Yeah, don't let him lean toward the camera. He coming. Give it up for your boy, Bernard in the building. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, man. The guy that wears all the caps, but he called out all the cap. But if he don't get my headphones, he full of cap. Let's give it up for your boy Angelus in the building tonight. Oh, yeah. All right, tonight we got your boy in the building tonight. My brother from another mother. Let's give it up for yours truly. Mandrell's in the building tonight. All right, now guys, I want to bring up the new guy in the building tonight. King Thanos is in the building tonight. He said he hit a snap for everybody tonight. Let's give it up for my boy King Thanos is in the building tonight. All right, last but not least, guys, he's a stripper. He's a dancer. He's your favorite stripper. B.O.B. is in the building tonight. The big oil baby. The Nigerian sledgehammer himself. He got his own Nigerian bath oil coming out called the Nigerian bubble bath. Let's give it up for yours truly. Black David is in the building tonight.
Really, again, more titles.
Hey. Now, Black David, it's good to see you, man. And so since you're here, I'm going to turn this music down because you know we got to see you, Doc. This for you too, Mandrell. I know you want to see it. Here we go. Black David, kick us the show off tonight, Black David.
And that is Black Man Downtown. Ain't me. Let's cut the crap right now, okay? And he's bigger than me, so how can you do that? Willie, Willie, Sugar, Willie. Stop playing. Stop it. End it. Quit it. Let it go.
Brother.
Wait, you telling me, Black David, you telling me that it'd be impossible for us to imagine you doing some shit like that?
Hell no.
Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm
just saying.
I believe it.
I believe it wholeheartedly. I can see you doing that shit, especially when he's like,
No.
I don't know what you was doing when you was waving your hands and whatnot.
No, Mandrell. Especially he's from New York, so I know those New Yorkers. He like to preach about New York consistently. So
yeah,
I believe you'll be in the streets doing crazy stuff, sir.
There's video evidence of me on the dance floor. I don't dance like that. So let's get that clear.
You sure about that? They do in Nigeria.
That part
ain't me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got one more person in the building
That's
tonight.
Black Man. He bigger than me.
Let's give it up for yours truly. He's not a big podcast, but he's a powerful little podcast. Let's give it up for Lil Podcast in the building tonight.
What it do?
Let me see everybody dance. Come on, hey. Oh, Mandrell, you ain't gonna do it, Mandrell? You not gonna do it, Mandrell? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being here tonight. This is Black Man Unfiltered. We're about to rock it out tonight, guys. I'm thankful to have the master of the universe in here himself, Mandrell in the building, King Thanos in the building, yo stripper for the evening, Black David in the building, Lil Podcast, Angelus, Bernard, Mr. Bennett. You guys are great. Thank you guys for being here and to have this conversation. First, man, I want to check the well-being of my brothers, and we're gonna start with Mandrell. Mandrell, how was your day? How's your week being, brother? Talk to us.
Bro, what's up with the pause?
What's wrong? He okay?
Who?
He's talking to you, Mandrell.
I'm talking to you. How was your week? Yeah, you good?
It's fine.
I want to check your mental state. You good?
Fine.
You sure?
Looks clear.
You right, my brother?
I don't know what else you want
I don't know. Let's turn the page real quick because this is like.
You right, my brother, Mandrell?
Hey, look, Mandrell, so tell everybody, you clear?
Yeah.
Okay, for all the ladies out there that's looking for a husband, what do you have to say?
Hello, ladies.
I like how this.
If you want to contact me, look me up on the IG.
There you go.
Mandrell_21.
There you go. Hit them DMs up.
Absolutely. And look, I'm looking at the screen right now. It says "Master of the Universe." Take your manhood back.
I am the master of the universe. No one ever took my manhood.
Hey, peace, love. Thank you for being here, Sugar. I appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button if it's your first time being here. She came right in on time, Mandrell. There you go.
Who, Peace Love?
Yeah. Peace, love is beautiful. You see her?
Yeah, she is gorgeous, but I don't meet her criteria.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 109 years old, so.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mandrell. Mandrell. All right. Now, next we're going to bring up the man, the philosopher of the evening, Mr. Bennett. How's your week been going, brother? How you been doing, brother? How's your family?
I have been doing well. Family is good, and everybody is prospering. Everyone's operating their purpose. So, nothing but praise here.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you, man. We want to bring in Bob, the big oil baby, the Nigerian sledgehammer, the guy that got his own baby lotion called the Nigerian baby oil. Let's give it up for yours truly. Black David's in the building tonight. Black David, how you been all week, brother? How are you doing, man?
I want to know where you got all this business plane and running through me first. Like, what's going on? Are you making all this profit? I didn't get no cut from it. Like, what the heck?
Hey, now
I want to call you Black Pimp. You're pimping me. I gotta get my damn money.
Now, Black David, I do want to say this. I'm looking at the screen right now. It says Canadian-born Nigerian. Black David, take your manhood back. Is that an issue for you?
No, we've been taking our manhood back a long time ago. We don't play that.
I know that's right. The big oil baby, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up. All right. The next person we want to bring up is yours truly. Your boy Angelus is in the building tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Angelus. Angeles, how you been all week, brother? How's your week been going? How's everything been going in your life? Family okay? How you doing, man?
Everything's good, man. Just kind of busy prepping for tomorrow's stream. If you don't mind, shameless plug, sir.
Absolutely. Go ahead, brother.
7 p.m. tomorrow Central Time. We will also be covering police.
What's up, fellas?
What is going with that?
Fellas.
I have not. Go ahead, brother. You good?
All right, unprofessional as crap. Anywho, 7 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, we'll be actually discussing about police policies. So you're more than welcome to come on over. That's the Great Pill Podcast. Hit the subscribe and bell notification. Appreciate you for letting me on. So thank you. Oh, and also since you did bring up my name, I can't let that one go because I know we got real issues to talk about. So let's get our BS out the way now.
Yeah. I want my headphones.
Nah, nigga. We had a conversation about on the discussion of headphones. So when I went over to said person, I did not get cursed out. That was a deal. So so we good.
The only time I ever wanted you to get cussed out, you didn't.
It did. So now that goes back to our previous conversation. So again, you're more than welcome to have them for a low price. And there you go.
All right. I'll start the bidding off at $15 and we'll move from there. Okay.
Yeah, we move from there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Angeles in the building tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up my guy Bernard. Listen, man, Bernard. When Bernard's, let's see how he's sitting in the chair, ladies and gentlemen. He's on fire right now, but you don't even know it. We call him Quiet Storm. When he leans forward and puts that left hand on his head and tilts his head to the right, he about to give you that smoke. Bernard, how you doing, man? How's the family? How's the grandkids? How's your son, man? Talk to us, brother.
Good. Everything is good over here, man. Very good.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. I'm looking for your perspective tonight. All right, not the big podcast, but the Lil Podcast is in the building tonight. Lil Podcast, what's going on?
Man, chilling, bro. It's good.
Oh, man, how you doing, man? How's the family? How's life?
Man, everybody is all good, and if they ain't, oh well.
Oh,
damn. Damn. Wait a minute.
That's new. I gotta use that one.
Yeah, that's what look. This is what the women saying to you right now. This is how they clapping for you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Cold-blooded.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, I want to bring up the snapper himself. All right, he got all the Infinity Stones, and he here to snap y'all ass back in shape tonight. Let's give it up for King Thanos in the building.
Yeah, the snapper.
Was good. It was good, brothers. Appreciate the opportunity to be up here, Black Man, and pretty good week. Jack got off a podcast with Security Boss for 3 hours, so I got some gas left in the tank.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, absolutely, brother. All right, man. Well, listen, I thank everybody for being here tonight, man. We are about to have a great conversation tonight. As you guys can see the thumbnail, we want to start with Angela. Angela, how do you feel about this subject for tonight, my guy?
A little bit conflicted, especially when Hink name was in it. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But,
so I'm gonna play his part of this earlier because, and I'm gonna speak what he said first, and I'll play it later.
Yeah.
Hink said the other day on Talk That Talk Tuesday, he said that black men in general, we're the prize. The women are the straw, but we hold the broomstick. We hold the broomstick. We're the broom handle.
Okay.
And,
he said we're the broomstick. We're the ones that hold all that shit together.
Yes. Yeah.
All the bristles?
All the bristles.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, Hink did that, boy. Hink went in for about 8.5 minutes, and I loved every second and minute of it. He was on fire. Him and kosher clinician, they were killing the other night. Oh my God. But anyway, thank you for being here, guys. I see Jill's Chocolate Boutique is in the building. Gretchen is in the building tonight. The Chester Cat is in the building tonight, man. I see Marcus in the building tonight. All right, Yoquito Taco Bell. All right, let's see. All right, Jenny, thank you for that tonight. Guys, men, take your nuts back. You are the prize. And so, Mandrell, what do you think about that, sir?
I've been saying that for months now. Men need to take their nuts back. They need to just do this to the whole world if they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't sit around here and complain about, oh, it's the feminization of manhood. No, dude, get off your ass. How long are you gonna take before it's not the woman's fault anymore? Grab your nuts and go out there and accomplish something. Stop making fucking excuses.
All right.
Yeah.
King Thanos, what you got?
I would say more nuts. I'll be like the way some of these dudes are moving these days. They moving in a lot of fear. Unnecessary like roadblocks that they put in their own way sometimes. But my whole thing is we got to get ourselves together before these women can get together. I mean, I know some stuff we can point out about women and things like that, but if we start focusing on ourselves as individuals, then we'll, the community will grow on its own.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
But you muted, sir.
Go ahead, Lil Podcast. I know your perspective gonna be a little different, right? So go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, it's gonna be gay.
It's the funny the way that the topic is worded, right? Honestly, bro, I was just listening before I came on. I was just listening to Dr. Tia Son Johnson talking, bro, and it was definitely refreshing to hear somebody speak with an understanding of what goes on in society and how men will end up losing their nuts in the first place. Somebody that's not afraid to duck the conversations about whether it's feminism, whether it's systemic oppression, whether it's single parent homes, like whatever it is, all of the different things, the different roadblocks that impede men in the first place to where they would even have or where they would even be necessary to have a conversation where we telling men to take their nuts back. And so I guess once we really get into the conversation, I'm gonna speak from that point of view as a person who has come across many roadblocks, many setbacks, and a person that's still in the process of fighting to get their nuts back, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Even though I will punch a man in the throat.
Absolutely. And before we move on, guys, again, no, I'm gonna wait till everybody finish and I'll come back with it. I'll wait. All right. Big All Baby. What are your thoughts on the subject of tonight, my guy?
It's amazing how I love
Jesus.
Black man. Stop showing me your twin brother, okay? I know that's your twin, so leave me alone.
But go ahead.
As I was trying to say before being interrupted by Black Man, it's ironic how this topic came to be because I was on a panel and someone was making the most dominant excuse for men to put the blame on a woman. Whereby as men we make decisions that either bring good reward or bad consequences. At the end of the day, what we do falls on us. So I like this topic.
All right. I appreciate you, brother. All right, man. Wait a damn minute, Angelus.
Huh?
Did Black David just cut himself off short?
Yeah, I'm pleased.
Wow. All right, Mr. Bennett. What are your thoughts on the subject tonight, my guy?
Well, I think it's a mindset that needs to be cultivated and developed. A lot of us, again, I always use myself as an example. The first 13 years of my life, I was raised by my mother. And I wasn't raised with this mindset of being masculine or, according to the topic of the show, taking your nuts back or knowing that I had nuts. I had a lot of feminine energy in me. And so it wasn't until I got with my dad at 14 and my brother, and we were, basically three single guys living together, where I had to get acclimated to that. And I think that, we can't be so hard on brothers who don't have the energy, but we do need to start teaching it. We need to start expressing it. We need to start showing men what they can and cannot be. Being involved in male groups, male organizations, our fraternities, or fraternal organizations, anywhere where we can actually see and visualize what a man is supposed to act and move like, and get to a point where you start being more about your purpose rather than trying to live to get or please women. I think it's something that, something I grew into even when I wanted a wife. My attitude changed to the standpoint of like, this is who I am. I got to a point in my life where I knew who I was and I knew what I wanted. And I wasn't trying to change anything. I think one thing that sometimes heard in these conversations is people will say, well, if you be the man, then she'll become the woman. Well, I never operated in that energy. It's like, I'm still going to be a man regardless. I'm just looking for a woman, a true woman, to sort of jump on board with me. And that's what happened. So I would go through 99 to get one. I wasn't trying to change how women thought of me. I just wanted someone who was going to align with where I was going. So so for me, that was a mindset of trying to act in certain ways that would get their attention. So no, this is who I am. This is and being happy with the man that I became and was becoming. And so I think that's something that, we just expect men to just have this. And a lot of men simply just don't know because they haven't been taught. If they've been raised mostly in a female culture where they have a mom and all females around them, sisters and cousins and whatnot, they may not know who they are, who they can be. So I think we need to use these spaces to encourage men, especially our younger men, that this is who you are. This is what your potential is. This is why you've been created, and give them the space and grace in order to grow into that. And even after I got married, that was still an opportunity for me. Again, I wasn't the most mature person when I got married. I was mature enough to know what I wanted. But then over time, being a husband, growing into being a husband, I don't think I was necessarily a husband on day one, but I became certainly a better husband over time. And then when I had children, I became a better father over time. And so now I can be a mentor to my daughters in terms of what to look for in men. What does it mean to be masculine? What it means to be feminine. So again, I think we need to give. I get the topic, but we need to give men the opportunity to grow into it. Educate them, let them know who they are, who they can be, and help them to grow into it. And say, no, you're not. Despite the things that have happened to us, there's still greatness that you can have. There's still a self-actualization that you can have, based on whatever your spiritual foundation is, whether it be whatever your religious perspective is or humanistic, but you have value in and of yourself as a man. And if you try to allow that for women or anybody else to define that for you, then that's where the lack is. And we need to be able to encourage and tell brothers that this should be a welcoming place where we groom people, not beat people up.
Correct.
And you know what I did, and I want to explain that. Thank you for saying that, Mr. Bennett, because I really want to bring some clarity to what you just said, because I do not want to take people to take it the wrong way when they come in here tonight. So thank you for that. I'm telling you, man, thank God for you, because you're always that balance of understanding, and you see a different perspective. So I'll get into that in just a second. But I do want to see Ian Simmons, man. Thank you so much, bro, for the $19.99 super chat, brother. I really appreciate you, man. And for that, I may go ahead and give you IHOP Running, because IHOP Running been sitting down all day, and I think he needs to get up and do a dance for you. Here we go. Thank you for the super chat. All right. Thank you for the $19.99 super chat.
Got those Golden State Warrior colors on.
Man, you see it? You know what I'm saying? That's good luck for us tonight. So listen, guys, before I move forward, I just want to say this, that when I say take your nuts back, there's a lot of men out here that are compromising. And Mr. Bennett he said it clearly, that a lot of men haven't been taught to take pride in themselves, to take pride in what they do, because no man has ever taught them. Imagine being raised in a house with just a mother, and you take on her feminine traits, as Mr. Bennett was just speaking about, and you had no man there to do anything, right? Some men deal with that. Most of the time, what I'm talking about today is that this is one case, is that I think that women should learn how to respect men on how they speak to a man, all right? And I also think that it's a man's position, right, to stop allowing yourself, because we talk about we're divine and we talk about we're the prize. If we are that, then we should demand that respect. We should absolutely demand that respect from everyone that's around us that chooses, because most people are going to respect you because of who you are. But most people that don't know you, they must respect you. You got to get your respect. And sometimes you got to put a person in a place. Sometimes you got to tell these young women, hey, listen, watch your mouth, because I'm in the store and I'm at Sam's, and the ladies in line guys, I'm telling you, she's about 300, 400 pounds, and she's in the little scooter. The dude's about 150 pounds soaking wet. She can't even walk hardly. She has to get on the little scooter, and she's calling him, you bitch ass nigga. You just fucking stupid. Just put this shit in the cart. And I'm looking at him like, dude, you're not gonna say nothing? You just gonna let her verbally abuse you like this loud in front of this entire store? And she's in a damn hover round?
Oh.
And she look like she's 30-something years old in the damn hover round, bro. And you're just gonna let her just speak to you any kind of way, bro? You're not gonna say nothing? And he just he had a look on his face like I'm just tired. I just want to push her off in the lake. You know, it's just he had a look on his face like I'm just sick of you. But why not speak up and speak those words? That's why so many men are suffering in silence. What do you have to say about that, Bernard? What do you have to say about the topic tonight, man?
Can I jump in real quick? Because I want to put some respect on his name. Ian is pretty much represented from the Great Up Podcast. We said Super Chat. It's pronounced Ian.
Okay.
Man.
I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, Ian. My bad.
I got you, Ian.
My bad.
Man, reading this fundamental, black man. Just saying.
All right, go ahead, Bernard.
And yet he feeling my money.
All these short jokes, at least I can read. Illiterate motherfucker, you.
You motherfucking limited bastard. Okay, go ahead, Bernard. I'm sorry. Go ahead. That's my brother, y'all.
Oh
man, it's crazy.
It's not gonna be good. We have a lot of great pretenders. They pretend they have nuts, but they don't. And I don't rock with them. Okay. I'm just saying I don't rock with them. So because I don't have time to train a grown man. If they're younger, yes. If you're an older man or in our age group, don't pretend because you're just as dangerous as a weak man or a simp. You're dangerous. So with the great pretenders, I'm coming in swinging. With the great pretenders, don't pretend because you're messing up the good men that we have. And then we got to sit up here and go through all these 300 battles on different panels and different situations because you're a pretender. All right. So with the great pretenders, that beautiful song, let that be your theme song because I can't speak for everybody else up here, but I don't deal with you. I don't have time because you're giving me too much. You're making me do too much. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right, go ahead, Doc.
There you go.
I got
I'm
you.
just saying. You know, and I understand exactly what Mr. Bennett said, and everybody's not fortunate for that. It's just that the reason why I say a great pretender, if you need help, say you need help. Don't be a pretender.
Yeah, but
you're wasting our time. That's the problem.
But Bernard, everybody's not gonna it's not gonna have, there's either so much in their pride or they're delusional, you know, since you mentioned two things, because I'm conflating YouTube life with real life, like the example that Black Man Unfiltered gave, like, hey, I saw this guy, so clearly he was a lost cause. It takes that you have to lead for example. So hopefully that person will come around people like us, and let's say he's conversating or have his little sad story and like, oh man, my wife, and it might be somebody like King or Mr. Ben, like, well, brother, this not happened with me and my wife, this not happened with me and mine. Maybe you just need to take a step back and process on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You're comfortable, but your mental health is that's not working out, brother. Like you're literally demasculating yourself. She's not doing it no more. You're doing it to yourself. In Walmart, the way she's physically carrying herself, it just disgrace. Yeah, in public. And she's verbally abusing you the way she's carrying herself to you. If you feel like you're a man, because those type of people is kind of dangerous too, because those type of people will go out in public and hurt people, thinking that they're the better man, trying to be a little bit more bolder and bigger, and then come back home crying and sulking to his woman. Now, back to the space you mentioned, YouTube, back to self-reflection. That's a you problem too. If you have especially if you're a content creator, you allow things to happen like that.
Oh yeah.
I tell people you got to vet them properly. You just can't have any rinky-dink person come on, and then next thing you know, they're either making you feel stupid or make you feel ashamed. And then even at the end, you got the control of, let me press that exit delete button, get them out of here. That's even more simpler as far as YouTube goes. But actions, I think actions speak is carried with words too. If I can talk the talk, I really got to walk the walk.
Yep.
And I'll leave it like that.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree. I'm just saying, it's still when he gave that example, I still thought about Harriet Tubman. Everybody didn't want to go. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Harriet Tubman. Everybody didn't realize they were slaves. You cannot save everybody.
Right, and I'm so glad you said that, because so many people in chaotic situations, so many people want men to just shut up. You take that, right? And it's one thing I watch Ayanla a lot, because she was on some good stuff when she was on, but it's one episode that she said something that really just threw me off, because there was a black guy sitting at the table, and the show was about black men being able to date inside their own race. They wanted black women. And she was asking him why can't you get a black woman? Why, what is the problem? He said their attitudes, they look at they look at how I dress, and they say I dress weird. They look at me and say I'm a nerd. And all these black men were just pouring out to her. And he said they're mean, their attitudes. And she said, well, my mom always told me, my mom always taught my brother how to deal with a woman with an attitude, how to live with a woman with an attitude. No. He shouldn't have to do that. She should get the help she needs, and he should be able to live in peace. There's no reason why you should take on a childhood attitude, a teenager attitude, and bring that into your adulthood, and then project that on me. And it needs to be checked. And so many women out here, the reason that lady in that hover round is doing that man like that, because the first time she did it, he should have checked her then.
Yep.
And he didn't check her, and now she's running everything from a chair.
Oh, and let's add this to that context too. Let's just say, for example, her upbringing, probably her whole life, she was probably overweight her whole life. Nobody said anything to her. Nobody said anything about her health condition. Nobody never said anything about her personality or attitude. And now she finally got the man, the wall climber, and helped her up over that wall. And guess what? She felt like she got the prize. And she's going to do and say whatever she wants, because she was already programmed and conditioned. This is how life is, and it's not. And she got that one guy to validate everything she's saying and doing. And it's a him problem, aka getting his nuts back. He lost them.
You're muted again, bro.
Who, me?
Now, what I want to do now, I want to play Hink. This is important. I want to play Hink, what he said Tuesday on Talk That Talk Tuesday, guys. Make sure you come in and on Talk That Talk Tuesday. We have great conversations on Tuesday as well. But I want to play what Hink said because I think it's important. And he gave it to us raw, and it was wonderful. So let me go ahead and play Hink real quick. Let's see. You pull him up. All right, there we go. All right, this is Hink on Tuesday. Giving his spiel. Here we go. Let me make sure. Yeah, I got it.
Another brother who just finished college education. I'm sorry, I don't know the two other brothers' background, right? And to just sit here and say, reduce us to penis size because that's what other races of women. That's not the facts. That's just not the facts.
Let's get Hink in here. Hink, go ahead and say what you
It's
got to
also
say.
not the fact that with college educated women on here and women who are not yelling at men, and who those of us who successfully run our households and in long-term relationships, it's not fair either. It's just classification everyone does.
But see, the difference between you and me, I never reduced you to anything. And then even when Mandrell said that, we said,
yeah, Mandrell was talking crazy Tuesday, right? Guys.
The difference between your statements and mine is that I have never ever said anything to discredit or disrespect any black woman on this panel at any time. That is the difference.
All right, so
I appreciate that too. But the rest of the chat haven't. So I appreciate you. The rest of the chat hasn't. Thank you.
All right, so Hink, what you got for us, brother?
Hey man,
Did you need
us men are exercising our options as we should do, as you need to do. Because look, I don't give a damn what color woman you want to date, nationality. I don't give a damn. If that's what you want, man, good luck. And if you find love and happiness in a white woman, an Asian woman, an Indian woman, whatever you find love and happiness in, hey, so be it. Good luck, congratulations. That gives me more options. Now I'm gonna deal with these black women. Now I'm not gonna deal with these loud mouth, annoying ass, trifling ass, fake hair weaving, eyelash wearing chicks. The hell with that shit. I want you real as real. I don't want fake shit. Because you woman wear all that makeup, you a clown. A goddamn clown. And I don't deal with clowns because you fake. I want a real woman. A natural woman. A woman who's not afraid to get old and little age and let her gray hair. The hell with that. Be all you. And I'm going to exercise my options to the fullest. Ain't no way I'm going to sit there and settle for bullshit out here with y'all trying to offer me. Why? I'm going to leave your ass at the restaurant where you need to be. I don't have to do this. Y'all ain't shit to me. I'm the prize. I'm the man. Y'all straws. I'm the broom holder. I'm the stick. I keep y'all together. I choose you if you're the right one. But if you ain't, then I move on. Right. I'm going to bless you with my last name. Yeah, it's a blessing. But if you ain't the right one, you never get it. And you never should. So, men, just don't throw your shit out there. It's not worth it. Don't die for these chicks. Don't fight over these chicks. Don't kill each other over these chicks. For what? Standard model for every woman is a vagina, titties, and eggs. They all the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Hink, man.
Big bad Hink.
Big bad Hink, man.
Nah, Hank.
So he'll be here in a few minutes. He with his son, brother. So thank you. Hey man, shout out to him being a great dad, bro. But man, so how do y'all somebody react to that, bro? What do y'all think about what Hink said? Do you think he right on it? Do you think he hit the nail on the head?
He said what he said. I mean, at the end of the day, he was speaking from his, his personal perspective, how he felt, responding to what another woman said, or it could have been a man too. That's his life belief. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I mean, I mean, what else I'm supposed to say? That's how he felt. He said what he said. That's it.
Yeah. Do you think somebody should live by that though? Do you think that's some what he said men should live by that?
Absolutely. I think one thing that take away the delivery, which I love, by the way. I just love the way he draw. It's like every crew. What I love about the barbershop is that just the personalities that encompass it. But I think every crew, every man's group, every group should have someone like that. I feel the same way about Tommy B as well. Like you need that raw brother, and even when he says it, he loves you when he says stuff, even if it comes off as harsh. Yeah. But that's a real brother right there. So I think every crew, you need someone like that in your man circle, in your friendship circle, who'll give it to you raw like that. So I appreciate that brother a lot. But I think ultimately, what I got from what he was saying is, again, you have to value who you are. Like the one thing he talked about was his name. Now, again, go back way back in the day, your last name was everything. If you didn't have any money if you didn't have any money at all, it was your name. I hear a lot of these athletes today and talk about how to move. I was just listening to a podcast today. Eric Dickerson was on the Pivot podcast, and he was talking about, when he went off to SMU, the only thing his mom told him is that don't mess up your dad's name. Yeah. That was it. That was the only thing that, she left him with, because his dad had a good name and reputation in the community that he was from, and he didn't want to dishonor that. Yeah. So I think that what Hank is reminding us, that things like our last names, that means something. And if it hasn't meant anything to you in the past, make it something. Make it something that's valuable. Make it so when the Bennett's out there, like if something happened with my kids, they'd be like, no, not a Bennett. No. Yeah. Bennett, no. That's not. So you set a standard that those who are in your household, that they will follow, or that the reputation name. Like I say, you might not come from a great name. Transform it. Make it something else. Yep. And so even Jesus came from a line of family that wasn't the greatest. If you look at his genealogy and the people in it, not to get overly spiritual here, but check his family history. You can somebody on him, if they wanted to plaster him, they can say, hey, do you know who his great granddaddy was? Yeah. But he make it something else. So you always can transform with it. So make your name valuable. And when Hank said, I'm giving you my name, that's not just a throwaway line. And so I think for a lot of us, who are you at the end of the day? What does your name represent? How do you want to represent yourself to the world?
Yeah. And that's fair too, because even in these spaces, I'll say like some people said, hey, I went and look around and asked about you, and everybody said you this, that, and it was positive. I was like, yeah, because it's how you carry yourself. I got a cousin in the South. Again, the stuff that Hink says remind me of my one of my country ass cousins, and he was like, that's all he was worried about. He had his wife did him dirty, disrespected him, but guess what she couldn't do? She couldn't put no dirt on his name. When she talked bad about him, that's like, no, not the Freeman. I know them Freemans out there. He hardworking. He worked like 3 jobs. He raised all his kids. He do everything. You could not say anything negative about his name. Y'all relationship, that's y'all relationship. I know how you are, but I'm not no Freemans. They was raised up different. Those boys was raised up different. And that's all I hear.
All right, we got somebody at the door. Princess A says they should absolutely live by that. All right. Then we got another one here. Who is that? That's Brittany B. Brittany B is at the door. She said, Brooks gang. My grandfather gave it to us. All right. So guys, when it comes to the respect, because I want to get everybody else's perspective on what we just talked about. Go ahead and hop into King Thanos. What do you think about what Hink said? What is your perspective on that?
Oh no, what he said was how he felt, and it's definitely his opinion to say. I move a little differently. Like I understand that some women may need a little accent. I don't do the overkill and the full body transformation, but it's some things that I know women want to fix about themselves. But if it's nothing wrong with them mentally, and they taking care of business, which means taking care of me, looking out, following my program, saying being feminine. I have no issues with a little bit of, if she get her hair done once in a while, but nothing wild, no wild colors. You ain't coming around me with pure red hair and purple hair. But what he said was correct too. So, two things can be right at the same time, but as long as you stay away from extremes, I kind of give a little wiggle room.
All right, appreciate that. And what about you, Lil Podcast? What are your perspective on Hinkalink is what we call him over here in these streets?
He said a lot. It was like he said something, then I was thinking about it. Then he said something else, then I was thinking about it. I got bad memory, so I can't remember.
I got your little podcast notes, brother. Pen and pencil. There you go.
Right. I can't remember everything he said, right? But I can remember the first initial feeling that I got, right? Which was, I think when you asked the question, should all men think like this or move like this? And my first initial feeling was no, because they can't. The first thing I wanted to do was ask Mandrell, right? So remember the other night we was talking, and I did a little research, and we found out it was like 2 million people in the military, right? But how many of those guys in the military are Rangers? Not a lot, right? How many of those guys are Green Berets? Not a lot, right? Some stuff just ain't cut out for everybody. It just is what it is. And so what I try not to do is I try not to attack manhood based on how people move a certain way, especially when it comes to dealing with women, right? Everything we say, if man don't wear the right shoes, he ain't a real man. If his woman don't speak like a pet, he ain't a real man. If he don't make 6 figures, he ain't a real man. And we say that to a lot of men that would probably beat our ass if we said it in front of them. I say that all the time. So, while I respect what Hink was saying and most of that stuff, yeah, I would play that video for my son and be like, man, son, look, this is how you really want to move. This is how you really want to think. But if I know my son ain't cut out for that, I'm gonna raise my son for what I know he's cut from. Whatever he's cut from, and I'm gonna try to make that the best for him. I'm not gonna try to force him if he a square into a round hole. You understand what I'm saying? So while I respect it, no, I don't think every man should try to apply that to their lives. I think you got to figure out who you are and just move accordingly, and don't try to be like everybody else.
All right, man. Princess A again is at the door. She said men should have standards for themselves and the women in their life. All right. Thank you for that comment, Princess A. Y'all keep those comments coming, and I'll definitely put them on the screen. All right. If y'all have any questions, put the letter Q in front of it, and I'll ask the guys on the panel, and we'll move on from there. Now, I will say this. You are absolutely, I agree with you, Lil Podcast, when it comes to that.
Fuck?
No. Listen.
Hold on, what happened? What I missed?
Agree with that?
No. I agree with, you got to listen to the part I agree with.
Explain yourself.
I agree with the part where he said everybody not built that way. Some men just ain't going to do it. Some men ain't going to go to their wives and say, listen, I need you to respect me. Some men just not going to do it. Like the guy in the store. He's not going to tell her, even though she probably needs him to help her wash her ass. He's not going to tell her, listen, he's not going to leave her on the toilet and say, you know what? The way you talk to me, stay on the toilet till somebody else come.
I would.
He's not going to tell her. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to get to the point where we need to start understanding what's going on, man. I mean, a lot of these guys just won't do it, man. They scared. They're walking on eggshells every day. They're suffering in silence, and they won't. But I listen, guys. Last night, let me tell you something. Last night I got pulled out from my square. I ain't gonna get too deep into it. I had a long day yesterday, and I went to go support my brother on his platform. And as soon as I got on the platform, guys, this was what happened to me. Let me go. He here. I ain't say nothing. I said, well, you can go by. She puts up the middle finger and points it right at me on the screen. To boom. Right? I said, well, I know something about to go down. I'm not having a good day today. I'm gonna give it to her. Right? And she just kept ninging. And after a minute, and that's what I'm saying. If that video is clipped, they need to put right there. At this moment, she knew she fucked up, because you can't come at me and talk and disrespect me and don't think I'm not going to respond to you and give you that same energy. Right? Now, I regret it a little bit. A little bit, but she deserved it. Mandrell left me. His little yellow ass checked out.
Because you was all the way wrong on that one.
I was not.
Yes, you were. I was disappointed in you.
Yeah, you ain't disappointed in me.
Here's the thing: you went in, you tried to go in on a woman where that shit doesn't work on it. That attack doesn't work on her. That's abundantly obvious. Some people gonna nip at you. Gotcha. Then when you snap and you go off on them, they're just gonna try to talk over you. That's a woman's tactic. And if you're a man, you're sitting there trying to talk over a woman while she's trying to talk over you. You're playing her game.
I didn't know.
Here's the thing. My point is that confrontation would have gone nowhere. And unfortunately, we have some males who grow up who behave the same way. I encountered one I think Sunday night or Saturday night on the in Fight Club.
I was there for that.
Yeah, he was talking all this shit about women and feminism and stuff like that. But the way he talked, he sounded exactly like him. And I was like, he didn't realize it. I was about to say, you faggot fuck.
No, you can't, Mandrell.
What is wrong with you?
You can't say that word, dude. You're trying to kill
friendly, man. You too friendly, Mandrell.
Listen, I ain't being friendly. This kind of thing gets under my skin to hear this soft ass shit. And see people move this way.
Move what way?
Okay, like take podcasts. I respect them, right? I just think the brother's point of view is skewed on a lot of things when it comes to dealing with women. He said he have his son. He didn't want to have to. Some men aren't built for it. Correction, all men are built for this if you teach it to them. You have to teach it to him at a young age, podcast. Then it's in him. He has no choice but to be that way, unless he learns something different. Now, if you learn something different, hold on. If you learn something different, that ain't your fault. It is what it is. Sometimes it happens in life. But you did your job as a father to teach them the right way.
Okay, but Mandrell, this is what you have to realize what you just said. You said you have to teach them, right? As kids, you saying you have to teach them. But the question wasn't about kids. The question was about men.
Right.
So we're talking about men that are already past the stage of being taught.
Oh, so when it comes to that, then okay, listen. Most of them going anyway.
Since you're the best reader on the panel, read this doorbell.
A man can't get a woman's respect if he does not demand it. Absolutely right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about demanding it. I'm gonna expect you to respect me from the get-go. I expect that. And the second you come at me the wrong way, well,
I'm gonna move a little bit differently.
We're gonna have it's time for us to have a rather different conversation.
Well, pause right there. That depends right there. What you said, it depends on number one, the relationship you have with this said person, or you don't have a relationship with this said person. Exactly. Now, earlier you mentioned again, I'm all about accountability. I saw all that on the replay, and I hold everybody accountable. And I understand, you know what I'm saying? We're all human. He came out his frame. Okay, cool. But everybody has a part to play in it. She's an adult woman. She shouldn't go on. The panelists should have acted accordingly too, because there's a host, Black Man Unfiltered. I can't even get on him because he just held accountability 3 times. So I'm just gonna move forward with that one. You know what I'm saying? But even earlier, just 5 minutes ago, you saying that double F-bombs, that's accountable too. So we're saying, again, we're kind of contradicting ourselves just a little bit.
I'm not contradicting anything. I take full accountability for my conduct tonight.
Okay, cool. So again, moving forward.
Put that comment back up there if you will too.
Which one?
From Dorian.
Oh, the one I just had up there a few minutes ago?
Yeah.
All right, man, go back to that one. That Dorian.
What she says, you have to demand respect. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that one.
Well, here's the thing about demanding respect. Here's the way I move. Dorian, if you and I are dating, I'm going to expect respect from you. And I'm going to give you respect.
Yes.
Okay? It's expected.
Right.
I don't have to. I'm not going to demand anything of you.
Correct.
If you don't want to give me respect, I'm just out. That's all there is to it.
Absolutely.
Period. You're done.
Yep.
That's it.
You are done. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm expecting you to not disrespect me. You don't want to follow those guidelines? You're out. I shouldn't have to tell you that. You're an adult. I'm not going to hold your hand. Ladies, I am not going to hold your hand when it comes to certain things. Respect, decency, common courtesy, stuff like that, that's expected. If you don't have that much with you, then you have nothing to offer me. Right. Keep it moving.
Or my response hold on.
Or now, if we dating and later on down the line, you start smelling yourself, you will be handed your outright release. Cut
not the
and
notice.
dry.
Not the notice.
No, there's no notice. Release. I didn't say notice.
Oh, okay.
You'll be handed your outright release.
My response to the comment was going to be, well, how do you demand it, right? See, because I know
if you got to tell a podcast, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
If you feel the need to tell her, you need to respect me,
or explain it, or explain it. Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't wait around for it. It's like, and you can't. And the reality is, you can't demand unless you're in some sort of authority that person fears, whether it be military or anything else. You can't. That's something you cannot demand. But commanding again is about you. It's about how you carry yourself, and you expect people to then follow suit from that. So again, I agree with what she's saying about trying to demand it, and I think that's where we get this confused. So I think we have to really be better about defining what we mean by that. And also, even when it came to
that's why I wanted
the conversation that Black Man was talking about with the woman in the how he went about this guy. I didn't see the discussion, but again, getting into arguments, or the woman who was in the store in the wheelchair or what have you, how she was acting and whatnot. I don't think it's necessarily the man necessarily has to even go back and forth with a woman either. He could have just as easily just left her there.
That part,
and that would have been just as effective. Sometimes silence is oftentimes as powerful a weapon as just going, say who can yell the loudest. So sometimes you just leave a situation like the other day. We're talking about leaving someone at the restaurant. You don't have to say anything. Nope. Say, excuse me, I need to go. You just keep it moving.
And the cool
thing
about
speaks volumes as well.
And the cool thing about that one, let's just say Hink, Hink does that, right? And then that chick, you don't even know Hink, but that chick dates you. Then you do that, and guess what's going to happen to her? She's going to catch the hint. She's going to catch the hint because now she's trying to test her either pretty privilege or her woman femininity and all that, trying to weaponize it to the next one. She might catch you. All right, you know what? I'm another type of Hink. You know what? You disrespect me. It's not working out. I'm just going to leave you here at the door. And then it gets on and on and on. And then guess what's going to happen to her? She's going to be conditioned to change and move better. I can't do this to every man. I can't disrespect them. So it's not no demand.
See, I also think. I think I'm not sure if this was mentioned earlier on another show or something. Man, my mind is tweaking right now. But we talked about how, because I say this a lot, bro. Men don't talk about their mamas enough, right?
And now hold on, hold that thought real quick. Sure. Brittany B was at the door, and she said, "Laugh out loud, Mandrell. I agree. They do sound like women. And watch your mouth. All right. So let me say this: it's one thing that I can say.
Look at Brittany.
If I've heard a lot of men that are married men that have wives and children, and I want to say when a man gets to his breaking point, it does not make a man be like, it does not make him feminine to Like last night, that doesn't make me feminine to check a woman that's
At all.
No. That didn't, I agree. That did not make you feminine. Here's where you went wrong. You have to understand. I understand some women are going to make your blood boil.
Exactly.
And hey, here's the thing, and that's the point of their behavior. That's why they're behaving that way. What I want you to do is recognize when a woman's trying to do that, and don't even engage because she's beneath you.
You need to go back.
That whole thing, that only changed. That was beneath you. That's what I meant by I was disappointed. I was like, he is so much better than
so
that.
it's about so he reacted to
her
or matched her energy rather than
a disrespectful woman.
Right. And I was like, and that's what I'm saying. That's beneath you. I know you. You're far better than that. I was like, don't even engage. Like the guy, I don't even engage. That's why. Who is he? And like her, who is she to you?
Right.
You're a father. You got all your kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at what you're doing with yourself. You put together this YouTube platform. All this shit you're doing. You don't have time for that nonsense. You're above it.
Yeah.
And I just want you to keep that. Not only remember that, but keep that in mind, man.
So this is what I was about to say.
Stuff like that.
Black man, this is what I was about to say, right? When I said about we talking about our moms, right? Somebody said, I think it might have been you, man, that said this, actually, Black man, how we get trained to love our mothers, even though they be loud, belligerent, disrespectful, all of that, right? And so as a kid, you start seeing that as acceptable behavior, especially when there's no man around to tell you, like, nah, that's actually not right. Like the way that your mom is behaving, that's actually not right. It's just that she's in this situation, single mom, everything is on her. She's trying to play two roles at the same time. They was raised to be this way or be that way. There's no man there to tell you that. You start thinking that that's acceptable behavior. I'm speaking from experience, right? Because my mom was like that. My mom was in the military. She was super strong, even though she's always been married, right? But she still, I feel like, ran the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was, hey, you the husband, you're going to pay this rent, but I'll buy everything else and do everything else because when you leave, you ain't taking none out of here with you.
Yeah.
That ain't no way to go into no marriage. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't a healthy way to think about it. So, but as a kid, I thought that was all that. So, you know what I'm saying? When I grew up, I used to tell women, like, look, I'll pay the rent, but all these other bills and stuff, you gonna pay that. So when I leave, I ain't got to worry about taking nothing up out of here. I was just regurgitating the same thing that I was fed as a kid. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of like extend grace to men to say, well, what was you taught? What did you learn? What did you go through? Okay, well, you have some misinformation. Let's not shun people for not knowing what we don't know. Because that was a time when we didn't know it.
Yeah.
Whether we was 19, 29, 39, 49. You know what I'm saying? But
and I definitely
again, I agree with what Hink was saying as far as, you know what I'm saying, how you should move as a man. Yeah, that is what, you know, the standard should be. But no, I cannot expect every man, adult man, to move that way. It won't work out the same for him. We'll just have more cases of DV. Because a lot of men are more emotional than we want to give them credit for, and they can't take the rejection.
And this is why, and shout out to you for saying that, because this is why, even on this panel, we have to have those conversations, because on my end, I preach perspective. Who's got something on? I hear like a phone or something.
Nope, I don't hear nothing.
Okay, or like
a bit of an echo, but
all right. Anyhow, this is why on my end I preach perspectives, because literally everything's not black and white, and it's a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? And I have to, like, I got to be fair about this one too. Like, even though Black Man Unfiltered said, hey, I'm holding myself accountable, let's address all the issues at hand, for example. But at the same time, hey, I'm still taking the L's too as the conversation is coming along. You know what I'm saying? Mandrell is on the more the black side, like, hey, you know what? It's like this. It's like, okay, cool, but maybe it's not easy for most people. And I'm just giving an example, generalizing. Maybe it's not that easy for most men at that point in time. And like podcast said, maybe it's not that easy for men who are already on their own path, on their own. Like we say, when you get old, you're just stuck in your ways. It's similar like that, but you're stuck in 30, 35, 40. You ain't even hit 60, 70 yet. And you young man, you still in that kind of negative mindset and a negative space. Like you're allowing not just women, because I don't want to put on the women, but you let even men, people at your job, your own purpose, people say things, hell, even media, to put something in your head to get you stuck on stupid that's not 100% accurate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not the same. We're seeing it all over. We're seeing it now. Everybody here is not the same. So it's good we need to have these conversations so everybody can say, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not agreeing to what podcast said right now, but I'm hearing him out. And like you just said, hey, I went back in the back end. Mandrell said something to me. I might not have agree to it. Maybe I thought it was a red flag, but I did my homework and I came back to him just to address it. And I think that's what everybody needs to be doing.
All right, and somebody's at the door. Bethany said, ladies, give men respect up front until he gives you a reason not to. So let's see. Common courtesy goes a long way. All right. Thank you, Bethany, for being here tonight. I appreciate you, Shook. All right. Then let's see who else we got up here at the door. We got, here we go again. It's she on it tonight. It's the way a man confidently moves and checks a woman or a man the first time they disrespect him, like Hink 75 spoke about. That is what demanding respect looks like. I said what I said. Laugh out loud. All right, appreciate you, girl.
That only works when they are really attracted to the dude. Like I was thinking about this earlier. I got a couple of homies that I grew up with, bro, and I ain't gonna lie, they both was on the light skin side of the game. But I'm talking about when we was 14, 15, 16, 17.
Let's say hold them up. Let's talk about it.
Grown women, literally at 27, 28, 29, 30, taking care of them, providing for them. One of my homies, we would go play ball for 4-5 hours. This grown woman would sit in the car outside the gym for 4-5 hours, waiting on this 17-year-old boy to finish playing basketball. Then he would get out, go, we ride, drop her off at the crib, and then we gone all night drinking, smoking, kicking, and hanging out with other females. So I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, what she's saying, that it all sounds good, but women only apply that shit to men who they really attracted to, who they really want to be with. And we know a lot of times they be believing they settling, which is why I think is a big reason why their behavior exhibits the way that it does. Because they in the back of their mind, they be thinking they could do better when they really can't.
Exactly. By the way, pound for pound kind of brought that up on Sister TJ Randolph about you last night, because I went looking for it. He was like, what was that last night? I started laughing. So you just kind of backed it up. But yeah, I just pound for pound put us on.
Yeah, and you know what? I like I said again, man, I hold myself accountable because that was in the moment. Normally I don't allow myself to get like that, but then when you start to try to destroy my character or say you don't know me, and then you just start digging in on me right there, that's you tinkering on my dam. And sometimes when you hit the dam the wrong way, the water comes and it rushes at you. And so,
let me defend you for 1 second, BMU.
Okay.
For 1 second. Okay. I can concede to the point that you probably went further than we would want you to as a man. But other than that, everything that you was saying was in response to stuff that she was saying.
Right.
It wasn't like you was instigating anything.
No, here's the thing.
It was in response. So
here's the thing.
Let him get his thoughts out. Let him get his thoughts out.
Yeah, so that's why, even though, you know what I'm saying, I can concede to the point that, man, maybe as men, if we watch it back, if it was me, I'll watch it back, like, man, I probably should have just stopped right there. Okay, I could concede to that. But everything you said was in response to stuff that she was saying. It wasn't like you was instigating it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving you a pass, is all I'm saying.
Right.
I just don't want you to beat yourself up about this.
Here's the thing. It's a situational awareness thing, right? There are some people there, like Black Man, she came at you first. Granted, you retaliated. And the thing is, the whole time, the two of you, the more you went in on her, the more she went on you, and the louder both of you got. There are some people where they just want the attention. You have to treat them like dogs. Like if a dog takes a poop in the house, they know they're not supposed to do it, right? You don't yell at the dog. You don't spank it. The best thing to do to keep them from doing it again is to completely ignore the dog, clean it up, take care of the whole thing, and completely ignore the dog, because all the dog is looking for is attention. It could be negative attention, but to the dog, cool, it's attention. That's all it wanted. So it's not going to stop its behavior. You have to know how to. It's just like with people like that, the best thing to
Never
do is
heard
just
that
ignore
before.
them.
I know, that's a good one.
The best thing to do is ignore them because she's just looking for attention. Good attention, bad attention. Didn't matter to her. Attention. That was her goal.
Yeah.
And there's some women out there like that. And those are the women that we have to teach people. You teach men. No, don't deal with those women. Don't engage with them. Don't talk to them. They're not worth your time.
Right. And you know what? I can tell. I can tell that, you know, after I said everything that I said, and I used the sound effects, and I said, back the trash truck up, and I kept hitting this. Back the trash truck up, come pick up the trash, all that crap. I can tell that really hurt her when I did that, man, and I can see it. And so that's what made me be like, damn, bro. Like I did go a little bit too far because when you get to going, it's just hard to put the brakes on a 18-wheeler. You know, when there's a cat in the middle of the road.
But it wasn't going to stop the behavior.
But you didn't go hard on me and Mandrell.
Yeah, no, not like that, brother. So it's just like, and I hold myself accountable for that. That won't happen again. I try to get myself out of those situations like that.
Well, let me ask you this question: as a content creator, where do you draw the line on
that's a good
removing
question.
people, right? Because I know Anton says a lot. I ain't silencing people, right? So no matter what, usually I never really see him mute people. I never really see him kick people off panels. But at the same time, I subscribe to the Kevin Samuels ideology that there should be a limit. You know what I'm saying? There's a limit of me engaging with you before, all right, that's enough. You wrecking my show.
May I respond to that?
Yeah, please. Anybody.
Okay, on my end, as a content creator, I'm with you what the last person said. I'm all about that mute button. I'm all about kicking mofo out because, again,
right.
And I say the same thing. I tell Black Man Unfiltered on lives. I tell him behind the stage. I pretty much feel like me and his direction, where we're going is the same. But the difference, because I have been on Fight Club respectfully twice, and I see the so-called unfiltered part of it. But his platform is designed totally different than mine. My platform is totally different than how Black Man Unfiltered. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like you already know because you've been there many times. You get what you get when you go to Fight Club. But if you come on Great Pill Podcast, I'm gonna vet you. We're gonna have a conversation. Ask 10K plus subscribers have been a guest on my thing. Even Shay Means that was fighting with Fresh and Fit in there. You know what I'm saying? I have these talks. Like, look, this is how we're gonna do it. Again, respect. But I'm gonna have a conversation. This is how I run my platform. We're gonna treat you as a guest. Blah blah blah. Here's the thumbnail, all that good stuff. But we're gonna ask you the questions. There might be some tough questions. Are you okay with that? Sure. Let's go. But we're not going to have you popping out booze and doing all this little crazy stuff. Same thing I spoke to Mandrell. Hey, whatever you do in Black Man Unfiltered, that's between y'all two. But daggone well, you come on my platform, we ain't going to be doing all these little F-bombs and another F-bombs here because I run a business. I have a brand to work on. So that will be my answer best for you. Do what you do best fits for your platform. If you want chicks and hoes and run around in naked clothes, hey, do you. If you actually want entertaining or networking or talk about tech like how Black Man Unfiltered, shout out to him. That's IT for 20 years. Why are you looking like you got a shocked face, bro?
You call him Black Man. It's Canadian boy.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I got to put some respect to your name, sir. No jerkins for you. No jerkins for you. So again, if you choose how you want to run, you choose how you want to run your platform. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, I do want to thank Monica Green for the $19.99 super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I want to give you the IT guy. Since we're talking IT, I'm gonna give you the IT guy.
No. We IT don't dance like that. That's a false IT, okay? You got
You messed up, Black Man. You should have got the one he was doing all that back turking, head knocking that last time.
Hey.
So guys, moving forward, man, about guys getting their nuts back, man. I really want to go into ask you guys another question. For you guys, hey, no captivity. Look at your text messages. I sent it to your cell phone earlier today, but I can resend it to you, brother. But moving forward, how do black men that are listening right now, and they've been listening tomorrow on the replay, what do you say to a black man that's in a house with a quarrelsome woman? A married, let's talk about married men first. You're married and your wife's mouth is just out of the damn control. What are you telling men? How are you telling men to respond? Because a lot of men that suffer in silence, they suffer for years and years. They're suffering 2015, 16, 17, and on their 5th anniversary is deletion time, baby. You see? So a lot of men get to that point, they have a build-up because they don't want to say nothing. So what would you guys say to that?
You gotta leave.
Wow.
Like in some situations, you'll do more damage trying to change another grown person from doing what they know they shouldn't be doing in the first place. Hence, I was married, and I kind of had a situation where they made just as much money as I did at one time until I started making more, and I started getting problems. But a lot of the issues would come where, where they say don't ever move into a woman's house, whether you marry him or not. Like, have stuff of your own. Make sure you're taking care of business, because once you let go of that leverage, you won't get it back unless you reset and set up somewhere else and set up rules before that's allowed, that relationship allowed to continue or whatever. But some people can fight it, but for most times, the way the laws and stuff is set up now, just leave for your peace. It's worth it, even if you got to start over.
Yeah. The Bible says it's better to dwell in an attic than in the corner of an attic than in a house with a quarrelsome woman, right?
Yeah. So, you can fit up in the attic. See, I can't.
The Bible also said, "He that troubled the house shall inherit the wind," meaning leave. If she stressed you out, they looked at her, give her the dose, go by your business. We'll talk. Because at the end of the day, you are a man. You're not on the same level with a woman, which means you subject yourself to that type of nonsense. So that being said, if she driving you crazy, they give it a look like, I don't got time for this, walk out.
And this how you walk out, guys.
That's your twin brother, my brother. So cut it.
I let him keep his shirt.
No,
and the thing is, like I said, it's one of those things about being a man. Like, you can't fight every fight. Like, I've seen single mothers, and I don't know if this works for all single mothers, because women don't understand what it is to be a man. But I've seen a lot of single mothers, they have their kids. Don't let them talk to him like that. Go over there and hit him. Like, they'll push their kid to go fight, right? And it's like, you can't have your kid fight every fight. As a man, you have to teach your son when to fight and when to disengage. Because you disengage does not make you weak. Doesn't mean you're conceding ground. Doesn't mean you're losing anything. You know what I'm saying? That makes you smarter. You know when to strike and when not to. Is it worth your while to go there right now? Or is it more trouble than it's worth? And, thinking tactically is something that we're sorely miss. We're sorely missing that in our community and in manhood as a whole, thinking in a tactical fashion. And I see people of all men of all races, they're lacking in it. It's like it's non-existent. They're just impulsive and they react on impulse. Like, all right, that's a good way to get killed.
Mandrell.
Delete it.
Yeah, delete it.
Mandrell, to add to your point.
Oh yeah, delete it.
We ain't trying to say this a lot. There's some men who don't have what they call pedigree. They didn't come from a lineage of a family that makes sure everyone in their family follow a particular mantra or standard. Today's society in America, there's no standards. There's no mantra in a lot of these people home. They do whatever. That's why you have a weak level of pedigree of men that we have out there who end up being simped. Now, you have people who don't play game in their household, make sure every man in their household ain't going to be the simp. You find a different level of pedigree where they come out different. You came out different, man, because you said this every time. Your father was no joke. On the day on your father's funeral, so much people came out, even the mayor, that showed the level of pedigree your father really was. And you said it, you feel like you're behind your father's shadow because your father has a high level of pedigree. Not many households have a man of pedigree to raise a household property, which means not every man can raise a family.
All right, and all right, we got a $1.99 super chat from Brittany B. She said, "Watch our mouths about our baby fight club." All right. Also, man, got a door. Hey, somebody came to the doorbell. And you know who it is again, guys. She's a famous woman tonight. She said,
Hey,
nagging
Dorian.
woman is like a leaking faucet, provides no peace.
I like her avatar.
I like that too.
Calm down.
Dorian, is that you?
Oh
Calm
boy!
down, bro.
Wow, here we go.
I'm just saying, Dorian, you can hit me up. You can hit me up on IG, Dorian. Don't be shy.
Brittany B, get your man, get your man.
Bernard, you had something to say, sir?
Yeah, anyway, my God. It's still anyway. So I mean, that's the advice that you're going to give the men. I wanted to bring up somebody else tonight. My guy, No Captivity, is in the building tonight. Let's give it up for No Captivity. Oh yeah, he came in for violence. I said he covered up and everything.
What's up with the mask and everything on you?
You all
right?
You muted.
No, I'm just cold. I got low iron.
Oh, okay.
See,
so yeah,
that's
so
what I'm talking about.
Like I said, podcast
This is
is
what I'm talking
unfiltered. This is that's an example of it would have been on mine, but again, it's unfiltered, sir.
I was going to respond though.
Go ahead.
So this is a reason why this is my second marriage. I should start off with that.
Okay.
I'm that guy. I don't have time to play games.
Right.
I don't play checkers or chess. I don't play no games. I don't have time. And what it does for every black man up here, any of us can look the study up, and most of us know, is that it kills us on the inside. You ever go to the cookouts and you see the great grandfather or the uncle, and he just in the daze. He just gone. He gone.
Right.
He just and you know how the wife is. All of us seen this. Let's stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like this. Hey, Uncle Ray. Hey, he gone.
Yeah, we got those.
Gone.
We got those.
Yeah. If I'm lying, any of y'all can correct me.
Nah.
No, I
Nice.
got no pushback for it. You're right.
Nice.
Boy, he over there looking like I want the knife. Please. My sweet brother Newsy.
I think I want the knife.
Exactly.
That's hilarious, bro.
Oh man,
it's good to be on the panel with a bunch of men that
we needed that.
The golden child, dude. We've all watched that like 8,000 times. I mean, I'm sure we all have.
And a lot of people didn't know the little boy was a little girl in real life.
Yeah, I didn't know that till like years later.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I'm just saying we don't want to end up like that. If you don't end up like that, first of all, we don't talk. They were Barbie and Ken from 5 years old. We ain't think about Barbie and Ken. We ain't nowhere near that. We were Army boys, Transformers. By the time they're 12 or 13, they reading love novels. Oh, and he held me. We skateboard, we fixing cars, we riding bikes, trying to get who we can get, playing hide and go get, right? Mm-hmm. Then you get to the altar and Dummy says, I do. She been studying and doing stuff with love since she was 5. We up here like, I do. Come on, man.
I think I do.
Come on. I think I do. And it's like it's like Bro Bennett said, it's like now you're trying to live this, you're trying to be somebody you've never been before. Right? And so if you don't watch it, we will die earlier. And we already die earlier than women anyway. We don't need to let them help us. I'm just saying. Because we don't talk. Because I know Gray Pill and I know Mandrell. I got his number. I know I can call Black Man Unfiltered, and I'm sure Mr. Bennett too. But I'm building a team to where you can just talk to brothers. It's like that's what's needed, because I don't care how long you've been married to somebody. It's just like TDJ said. I bet you don't tell her everything, because she's gonna look at you different. She's not a man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You need to talk to another male that's gonna still love you in the morning, like, hey, bro, I got you. I get it. No judgment here. You know what I'm saying? And like I also agree with, we as men are lucky if you just have one, or anybody. You just lucky if you have one best friend, just one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we got a
oh my bad. Just leave it at that. No, you good. I just leave it at that, man.
Yeah, we got a super sticker, $5 super sticker from Gregory Scotland. Thank you, man. All right. And then also here, let's see, we got Raw B in the building tonight. Raw B said respect never has to be demanded and never seen men that needed to ask for it. Respect is always earned. If you don't get it, you don't deserve it.
That part.
Yeah.
My question for that would be is she speaking in general, or is she speaking in the context of a relationship?
I don't know. Well, this may be the answer right here. Hold on, everybody listen real quick.
I want the night.
So,
right.
Oh, that is hilarious, bro. So yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you guys want to respond to Robbie?
I'll respond and just say because Black David, my pettiness, I'm trying to hold in my pettiness. What are you doing, brother? Stop.
You now like you're Darth Vader.
We just got finished. We just got finished talking about attention.
Hey, don't get me on ninja mode right now, okay?
I know, ninja. You showing feminine attention energy right now, sir. Stop it. Shame on you.
You look like Blade reinvented right now, boy.
Yeah,
no, he
retired version of Blade.
He not Blade, he butter knife.
No, keep it back on, fool.
That's more like Cobra.
No,
that's
you
more like
want attention.
Cobra.
We're gonna give it to you. Keep the shades on.
Right there. We've been getting on your ass.
Exactly. You gonna
he put on a green. He put on the green helmet. He gonna like Marvin Martian.
Exactly.
If you go over to channel 43, he might be Shredder from Ninja Turtles.
Hey.
Oh, that's crazy.
Turtle power.
You overweight looking Splinter, you?
Last I checked, big man is bigger than me, so don't make kill yourself.
You put all that get up on. You want attention? We're gonna give it to you, ma'am. There you go.
Turtles in a half shell.
Why you playing E-Man theme song on my show? What's going on?
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man, we got on here there. Ooh.
You know what's sad, Blip? You know what's
Be
sad?
careful,
I
Black
still
man.
know
I'm
every
sure right
word
next to
to
you,
that
Black
song,
man.
bro.
I do too, bro. I still know
every word.
Song too, bro.
Be careful, I might show up next to you.
Bro, don't feel bad, bro. Bro, I'm with you.
Right.
Hey, Black man, can I answer on that one?
Too,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna leave Robbie question up there for a minute to everybody respond to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so with respect, man, I believe you should respect all people, man or woman. Just to keep it simple, like if you ride bikes or motorcycles, you gotta come out with the respect because you don't understand how fast and how to handle it right away. So if you come in and just trying to handle something any kind of way, you can end up killing yourself. I mean, you can end up hurting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or doing any kind of damage. So people can always lose respect, but if you usually go in respect, that other person could be going through anything, and you could like get some misunderstandings cleared out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people in a certain mode and you may think it's about you and it's about something else totally different. So, you know, sometimes you just leave with respect. I know a lot of people, you know, run with ego, but you know, a lot of that stuff is dangerous. So I say just respect all others until, you know, unless they show you otherwise.
Yeah. Agree with that 100%. 100%.
Yes,
respect, I believe, is given. But I think what oftentimes we get our terms sometimes confused. I think respect you always give. That's why we raise our children to respect. That's why you say to an adult, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You lead with that. And then you get that as you then become older, you then get that back. Anything you give out, you get it back. Yes. But I think trust is earned. So I can respect you. You haven't earned my trust. That you have to work for. Exactly. But no one should necessarily have to work for respect. That should be something you go out the house with, you lead with that, and then you get that back. So I don't agree that respect has to be earned by someone. They should be giving you that.
But see, that's just the way of a woman. That's just the way of a woman keeping the ball in her court per se, right? So
podcast men too, sir.
But what I'm saying is this: there's good wives out there, right? There's good women out there that still get physically abused. So just because you are a good person doesn't mean that disrespectful things won't happen to you. You understand? So yeah, if you are a good person, if you are a respectful person, if you are a good leader, yes, you should earn respect. But we can't never control how the other person is going to treat us, right? So I just don't like when women say that, because they're trying to make it seem like if this dude is getting disrespected, it's a reflection on who he is or his leadership. No, that's not true. I just wanted to say that.
And so, like, even in the military, Mandrell, you can attest to this from a military perspective. When you go into the military, you don't know who's going to be over you. You don't know that. But the day you get there, you're going to respect that authority. You're going to respect those bars on that chest.
Yes,
You're
sir.
not going to go in there with no bullshit.
Here's the thing. I ain't gonna lie. Now look, I've been called into the commander's office. Commander, first sergeant.
But they used to whoop your ass.
XO was there. Nah. So I had a guy there. My NCOIC was sitting there. And said, they asked me, "Do you respect him?" I said, "No. I respect his rank." "Do you respect him as a person?" "I respect his rank." "Do you respect him?" "I respect his rank."
That's right.
Every time
you leave the race.
Right. You know what I'm saying, Bernard? Like, I don't care how many.
It's two different things. It's two different things.
It is. Right, exactly. I was like, you know, but I get his point. Yeah, I mean, by default, you give respect. You know what I mean? If for no other reason, even if it's not the military, you know, you give them respect for being a human being. You know, just on that, you don't have to respect them the same way you respect a sibling or a parent or a best friend. You don't have to respect them that much.
There's levels to this. I mean,
I mean, there's levels to it. But I mean, as a human being, you're like,
absolutely.
You don't meet someone like Brother Bernard. I ain't meet you first day and just curse you out. What? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I? You know what I'm saying? Like
we actually met on TJ Randolph show.
Right.
Remember you got kicked? Yep, that was the first time. I was like, who is this guy? And I was like, he's kind of controversial. And then I started following you. I was like, all right.
He's an asshole.
No, I didn't. No.
I thought that. I told him that.
He told great people told him about face.
But believe it or not, Angelus, I would thought from now the way I know him, he would have pushed back more on me because he didn't know me, but he respected me from day one. True, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I can give him that. And I was like, wow, all right, cool. I like this dude because what I respected about him up front, and all you guys can probably agree to this with anybody you meet, he was unapologetic on how he felt.
Yeah.
He didn't try to curve it because he thought I was gonna get offended. Man, if I got a booger hanging up my nose, please tell me. We're about to be be around a group of ladies.
Yeah.
Right. It was the same thing, but no, it's the same thing with Angelus. I first met him. We talked for a while first, like 2 hours first, and then he said, "No, I just think you're an asshole." I said, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah, but I got you.
Right, and it's like I didn't give him any pushback or nothing.
Help this guy. Hey, do we have a therapist in the house for this guy?
Bruh.
Smoke in the building.
Yeah, smoke Sub-Zero.
Halloween.
Retarded version of
flawless victory.
Yo, you like a broken computer chip, bro.
Just,
like, what's going on with you?
Yeah, Dark Fader. I don't
know. Not Darth Vader, Dark. Darth Vader.
No abilities, no nothing.
Right. That's not Darth Vader. That's Dark Vader.
Oh shit!
You ain't leading a damn thing. You just there.
Oh, hey, bro. Who was that? Who was the last brother that came up beside me? Man, you started this. Oh,
yeah,
like Freezy started all this when his mask when he first came on.
Hey, you know what my grandma used to tell me? I'm pretty sure some of y'all elders told y'all the same thing. Respect is due to a dog, man. I mean, it's like it's okay. So I should respect a guy that makes a lot of money and has a higher status than this dude that's on the street and homeless or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what warrants respect?
That's a good question.
Right, look at this, Freezy. This is what I was thinking in my mind, right, when I was reading Raw B's comment. That a lot of times I think when women say respect, I think they think reverence, right? I think they think honor. But here's what's ironic, right? I looked up both of those words: honor, high respect, reference, deep respect. So I mean, there's really no way around this. At the end
Exactly.
of the day, I just think our women have a problem with respect. You see what I'm saying? Because respect automatically implies that you have to have self-control.
And
you
then,
can't just say what you want to, act how you want to, treat people how you want to when you actually respect them.
And
so in order
podcast
for me to justify my belligerence, you know, as we tend to say about black women, that they can be loud and aggressive, right? Which is basically the definition of belligerent. Then I have to say you have to earn my respect. You have to earn me to be able to have self-control when I deal with you.
Right. And
yeah, but how long is that measuring stick though? When if we keep the ball in their court and they say we allow them to say you have to earn my respect, how big is that measuring stick? You know, it's like they can make it as long as they want to.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to your daughter, say for instance, your daughter grows up. Let's use the daughters for right now. Your daughter grows up, you done taught her all the respect as a little kid. But like somebody said earlier, when they start smelling themselves, Mandrell said that. That's a South. I think that's a thing we use in the South a lot when kids go astray or go crazy. When she starts smelling herself, them hormones start kicking in, and she ain't got a whole damn attitude. What are you gonna say to your daughter when you tell her, hey babe, you need to go clean your room up? And she's like, I don't feel like cleaning the room up today. What are you gonna say? Baby, well listen, come talk to me, come have a seat.
Who are you talking to? You
Ain't no words.
No,
not in my house. That don't happen.
Okay, so why? Okay, so if you have that same thing for your daughter, then why don't you have the same thing for a stranger that don't even know you and just disrespect you?
But see, it depends on you know, going to answering No Cap's question. It just it depends on you as an individual. Is levels to this, like Mr. Bennett said, and how you move. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving respect to everybody across the board, but respectfully moving forward, I got to know Mandrell a little bit. I got to know Black Dave a little bit. So it's levels to it. I know what I can and can't say to him to upset him and push that boundaries of respect, just like Black David. You know what I'm saying? And even behind the spaces, let's say, for example, Black David felt a little bit of disrespect with me. He give me that same grace and say, you know what? On a live panel, I'm gonna deal with you when we go behind the stage. I'm not gonna act out and act belligerent because I'm not gonna act out of character. You know what I'm saying? Because he got high respect for himself now. And we go backstage, we have a talk like Ben, and then we give that mutual respect. Now, me, I could be real ignorant. I don't need to listen to you, F you, blah, blah. Guess what? You know what? He can take it another step even further. He can give me the same energy. You can say, you know what? Now I know better. I'm done with you. And that's it.
Yeah.
It's not really a time frame on it, just how you deal with individual people. If I know you for 0.02 seconds, you don't know me, I don't know you. Let's talk.
Yeah, I think they drew the line anyway, though.
But here's my thing: you be crazy. Like, look at how you move around certain animals. You know what I'm saying? Like, people go to monkey cage and mess with the monkeys until that monkey snatches them up.
Right.
But at the same time, if they pass by a lion's cage, they don't even try it.
Yeah, and how many women would jump in there? And how many women out here that got these bad attitudes? Because I remember when the little black baby, the little black baby fell into the damn cage. But did she jump down in that silverback face and say, "You motherfucker, you're gonna let go my son"? No, she say, "Can somebody go get the range? Can somebody go get the man, please?" Right? Because you have respect for that silverback, because you know if you get down and talk to that silverback, he gonna slap your ass to sleep. So you got to respect for that silverback. You got to have respect for the black man as well. You can't just you're gonna respect the lion, you're gonna respect the animal, you're gonna respect the pit bull, but you ain't gonna respect the man that's paying the mortgage.
Black man, let me say something here about this, because when I listen to all this, they sometimes notice it, because within the black community, black people,
they turn your TV out, Black David, it's loud.
No, the TV not. That's my wife.
There's somebody else. There's an echo in the background.
The thing is this. There are too many people keep talking about what's going on in the black people community right now today. In other nations, no woman is allowed to go beyond that limit to disrespect another black man. Because in other places, if women go out of their way, there are consequences for that. In my culture, they don't play. If a black woman gets out of line, it will be a culture where it will affect their family business, their family household. People lose money, people lose business. It does that. Because they have a society that's completely built different. Over here, when there's so much leeway for people to get out of their character, because it's being allowed. In the Jewish community, it's not allowed. In other people's community, it's not allowed. And they're here in this country today. But on within the black people community, it allows such nonsense because there's no pushback. That's why you have this. When you start to change the narrative, you know what? If you're gonna be part of our community, going forward, you gotta have respect for everybody across the board. Then you have
There
something
you go.
different. Until then, the way you have it called a brain drain. The intelligent people not trying to hang around with the non-intelligent people. They take themselves out of the situation, start their own community from scratch, and make sure to do something completely different. This is why you have such community that's going stronger and powerful, and they got leverage, they got power. When we have this little bowl of melting pot, you call it, with all full of nonsense, they can't do much of anything. All they can do is make noise. You have to separate yourself. You cannot save everybody. I'm not keeping it real. Because people I hang out, people I grew up with, they don't play that. I've seen women get kicked out of the house, and the mother and the father had to beg the husband, "Please take our daughter back." He said, "No, take your daughter. Give me back the land. Give me back the building. We are done. We are through. Peace." And they don't play that.
Right.
That's where I come from. I don't come from this shenanigan not to do over here in this country.
Now let's get on the 747 and fly to America. Even when we grew up, if you disrespect somebody, you got your goddamn face knocked off. Right? As a young man, I remember thinking, "Oh, I'm a big man now. Oh, I'm gonna say what I want to say." And I remember my dad telling me, "Hey, son, I need you to go outside and mow the yard today before you go do anything." I said, "Man, listen, I got something to do, bruh." He said, "What you say?" I said, "I got something to do. I'll do it when I get back." He said, "Okay, cool, go ahead." And I remember a very sharp pain at the back of my neck. I remember feeling a thrust of violence coming toward my back, right? Because even my sister would say something flip. My mom would say, you couldn't be, they wouldn't allow you to be disrespectful. And now the world has changed so much, right? That kids are so disrespectful, bro. I walked up to the school, to my daughter's school to pick my daughter up. I'm walking through the door and I see the girl, two little girls sitting there. "Yeah, bitch, girl, bitch. Okay, girl, that bitch ass." I'm like, damn. Back in the day, if we seen grown people coming, we would shut up.
Brittany.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys. You should say, what she say? I bet you, hold on, wait a minute, somebody had to know. She said, Brittany B said, "I bet you Black David can't tell the people in the background to be."
As he looked back too, back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the.
Talking about my wife, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We got
the noise in your background, sir.
We got the lines open, guys. You guys can come on in. We got Robbie in this thing tonight. All right, Robbie, what's going on? Wait, hold on a minute. Are you playing? Wait a minute. Are you playing a celebrity or something tonight? Or who is this? Mary J? Or I mean, what we got going on tonight? What's this?
I am a celebrity, baby. I never had to play one.
I know that's right. Well, go ahead then, goddamn it.
Hello to all the gentlemen. Now let's start with a working definition of respect, because I see y'all have pushback about what I had to say. And I mean, my father did tell me that a man that is, a Navy man, he has stripes and stars and glitter, sparkles, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, on his chest, because he earned those. So what you said about military, when people are coming into military and they're grubs because they're in basic training, they have no choice but to respect their commanding officers, because their commanding officers have earned those stripes and stars, that rank. Now, when we're talking about the definition of respect from Merriam-Webster's and the Oxford Dictionary, is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements, due regard for the feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions of others. And for someone to have that level of esteem, you have to earn it. Now, a lot of people confuse civility and decency for respect. Everyone is due civility and decency. Everyone is not due respect, just like everyone is not due trust. You have to earn those things. People don't walk up to you and say, "Oh, hey, I admire you." If they do, it's usually because you have notoriety. People know your path to the point.
You literally just read that.
What?
The second definition is basically saying what you're saying is not saying. That's what that means. That's what.
No, it's not.
Robbie, that's what due regard means.
Yes, that's saying that if you feel a way about their traditions, their abilities, or whatever, you can have. That's how you give respect.
No, not feel a way. Due regard means that it means in general.
No, do regard does
basically
not
what it
mean in
means.
general. Do regard does not mean in general. It doesn't, but either way it goes. Respect is something that's earned. If you have to pander, ask, complain, demand respect, you have not earned any because you're not living a life that is exemplary for someone to respect you. Now, I get it that some people get in their feelings, but honestly, how you get respect is dismissing people that don't make you feel a type of way that you feel are disregarding you. Simply walk away. Like all of these conversations that are had about what women aren't doing for you, do you ever stop to think maybe it's the choices that you're making, who you're staying with, what you're doing, and it's not all women just because you've had a bad encounter. Maybe your decision making process is a little off and it's a little thrown. But
So should
that
you leave even if that means you're breaking up a home?
yes. If it's something that you have to come to the point that you're like, oh, well, I'm the prize and I'm going to demand my respect. At the point that you have to demand respect, anything that's given to you after that is false. It's not a true feeling. It's not a true point
So
of
you're telling
origin.
men in that situation to leave?
I'm telling men, women, children, bees, animals, I don't give a shit. If you feel disrespected, walk away. How hard is it? If you feel like it's a situation that you cannot abide, then leave. What is the confusion?
So do
How
you
is that
make
so
room for the
difficult?
fact that
I
that's
just want.
possibly a reason why there's a lot of single mothers? Is that the men
That's
couldn't,
what I was getting
Oh,
at right
if
there.
the men
you
weren't
know
being
what?
respected in the
Yes, you know
situation
what?
they
And I
chose
know
to
that
leave?
there's a lot of single mothers because the women weren't respected in the situation. And they looked at the total cost analysis and they said, shit, this man is not respecting me. I'm going to pack up my kids and I'm going to get it going.
So
I'm going
that
to
was
get
a
to keep it
no.
pushing. No,
So
that
that
was
was a
a
no.
yes. What I said is the pendulum swings both ways. Is it so
Oh,
hard
okay.
for you to
I didn't
Well,
hear.
understand?
I think what podcast
didn't
was
hear.
leaning towards when it comes to verbal abuse, black women are the biggest culprits of that.
I don't think so, because when I look at these podcasts and these forever long streams where there's like 10 or more in the panel, it's a whole bunch of women verbally abusing, a whole bunch of men verbally abusing women. I mean, is that not the
That's what
truth?
you gonna judge
Y'all
that
been
by.
on?
Because we're right
Y'all
now
been
we're
on
moving.
for?
Hold on, we're moving the goalpost. Just look, we're talking about respect, and we're talking about
Right.
single mother homes, stuff like that. Like, let's make that another stream. But we're talking about mutual respect. So,
But you can't. But let me say this: you can't connect that. Let me tell you how. Great Peel. Angelus. The reason that he's saying that is if a man and a woman are together, and a man is getting verbally abused by that woman, and he says, "You know what? I can't deal with this anymore. I can't do it. I'm going to leave." And some men will leave that woman there with 2 or 3 kids, bro, and they'll leave and go move out and get them an apartment. And now that family dynamic is gone.
Right.
The
And
man is out the house.
some men will cheat
And
on
then
their
men,
women and be
hold on, and then
verbally abusive to them, and their woman will get up
right,
and leave and
and
get out the house.
it goes both ways. It goes both ways. I'll say that. Let's be fair. It goes both ways. But that family, either way it goes, the family dynamic disappears. And then, but the woman don't take the blunt of that, Robbie. That's the difference. There ain't nobody gonna tell a woman you ain't doing your job. Why you let them know?
Okay,
the men are going to be held accountable.
Okay, can we touch on that for a bit? So, what family dynamic and basically in the household? If for example, I'm hoe hopping and disrespecting my wife, and she's catching me cheating, or I'm verbally disrespecting her, or I'm laying hands on her. But guess what? We got to do it for the family, babe. Let's go out on Sunday dinners. Let's go to IHOP as a family. But guess what? The kids is feeling that, seeing that, and witnessing that. They're not functioning right. So guess what? The best thing my counterpart should do, the mother of my children, should leave me the F alone and go do what she need to do and find her a real man. Because guess what? I'm still acting like a boy and not a man.
See, I'm not even really trying to go there, right? Because normally
this may not be. I have a limited time. You're going to be up here all night. You know, it's barbershop. I only got like 5 minutes. They're going to bounce me out. So let me get my points up, please. Thank you so much. I see a little podcast. Love you so much. So this is the thing. Like when we're having these conversations, right? Y'all always talking about men as if all men are walking right and exact, and they deserve all of this.
No,
the majority. But when you sit there and say black men should demand respect, you kind of are.
We didn't say that. A woman said that.
The majority of black men, the majority of black men are not carrying themselves in a manner in which they deserve any respect.
You just said that we should speak sincerely, right? So a woman said that. So address the fact that a woman said that.
I don't care who said it. What I'm telling you is if it was a woman or a man, the majority of black men are not carrying themselves in a manner in which they deserve respect. because they are cheating, because they are doing too much, because they are verbally abusive to
That's
their
not
wives
true.
or financially abusive.
That's
What does
not
that have
true.
to do with respect?
Yes.
And
Statistically,
there,
wait,
ladies and
wait.
gentlemen, and
Statistically,
there you have it. What
that's
does
not
that have
true.
to
That's
do with
not
respect?
Yeah,
true.
so let me ask
Talking
you a
about
question.
women
So
verbally abusing
women,
men.
so Raw B, should women who delete their babies, should they be respected? Yes or no?
What
About to
does
move
that
another
have anything
goalpost.
to do?
Exactly.
Second goalpost.
Exactly.
Wait.
Second
Let's
goalpost.
What about men that want their babies
Exactly. See,
deleted
that's
and
what it's
pay
gonna be.
for
It's
a
gonna be the
deletion?
whataboutism game. We didn't have none of this
No, but
conversation going on until you
wait,
just
hold on,
said
wait,
it.
podcast.
introduced what about, because you
Right,
couldn't
because you
stand up
said
underneath
something
of
that ain't
what
got
I
nothing to do with
said.
respect, bro.
Wait,
I did.
Just
It
in
has everything.
general.
Wait,
Talking
Robbie,
about women being
Robbie,
verbally abusive to you,
Robbie,
but then you
let's
can be
stay on
verbally
your
abusive
point.
to
Let's
women.
stay on your point,
Yeah,
Robbie.
hey,
I didn't move off my point, but
No,
if you wanna have other people moving off the point,
No.
understand
I
I am
wanna
that quarterback. I could pitch that shit right back to you.
No. I want to
Exactly, and we ain't been doing that
So
none
hold on,
tonight.
guys. So we'll let Freezy, you go ahead and ask your question to Robbie.
Okay, I want to stay on her point. She was saying that most men are what she said. She was saying most men are being unfaithful in their marriages and all that kind of stuff. But that's not true. Statistically, they got real life statistics on this stuff. Only 20 on an average, 25% of men are having extramarital affairs in their marriage.
Information man, I got you, brother.
Again, we're talking about when we talk about
No, I'm staying on your
statistics.
point though.
I'm staying on your point. I'm staying on your point too. When we're talking about statistics, what is the sample group? Are we talking about the statistics based on the small sample group? Is it based on a large sample group? Did they actually go into divorce courts and catalog each and every single divorce?
That's what I'm saying. Now, but you just said most black men don't deserve respect. So what is the statistic that you're using to determine that?
That's not what she said.
No, what I was trying to say.
At the end of the day, the point that I made is respect is not given.
Wait. What I was saying. This is what I was saying. I just want to finish my point. I just want to.
One mic, guys, so everybody.
I want to finish my point, and I want you to speak to this.
The audience want to hear y'all. So one mic.
I want you to speak to this, Robbie. You talked about infidelity. The majority of men are being faithful in their marriages. When we talk about response, yes, they are statistically, and they took surveys on this, and also.
No, they're
you can look it up. You can look it up. I know there's a narrative going around that most men are cheating, but that's not true. Listen.
Why are you raising your voice though? Why are you raising your voice though?
Okay, I'm sorry. Most men are not cheating in their marriages, and also there's also I bring up this statistic all the time. This study, most black men, well, actually not most black men, but the biggest race that's involved with their kids are black men. So black men are on the ball with being involved with their kids. So the problem is not black men not being involved with their kids. The problem is not black men not being faithful in marriages. The problem is disrespectful black women. Women spewing out verbal abuse, men leaving marriages because of disrespect. Men leaving relationships because of disrespect from black women. But black women don't want to deal with that.
So
you actually moved the goalposts because we were talking about respect.
Move the goalposts at all.
Yeah, because you went. Yes, you did because you went to infidelities and what black men aren't doing, and I'm showing you that black men are doing that.
Actually, that's not true. I read to y'all a definition. I told you, prove about rank in military, why the grubs or the boot camp people actually respect their commanding officers. Y'all could not stand up under the weight of that truth, and y'all started moving the goalposts. Now, there's a lot of statistics that this space states, and it's incorrect, just like that statistic about 84% of black women are single mothers. But I disproved that talking point that y'all have very recently when I pulled up statistics about single parents and single families in the United States of America as of May 21st, 2022. There's only 25% of the total households in the United States that are single families, 40% of which are white, 30% which are African American, which is not 84% of black women. And like how I said, I mean, maybe you don't understand because statistics is not your job. Statistics is a part of my job. You have to always look at the origin of the statistic and the sample group. If they poll 20 people and they ask 20 people the same question, and only 5 people out of those 20 people state the reason for their divorce is infidelity, then the statistical report will say 25%. But that is not a true an accurate assessment.
So
on
what
how
is
you
the
feel.
statistical
I'm sorry.
evidence that
I'm
hold on,
sorry.
hold on, Freezy, hold on.
Why
What
y'all
is
ask about statistics?
what is the stat that you're
Right? Why are you
using?
bringing in the statistics?
Hold
Why
on,
y'all
Freezy.
bringing in?
Hold on,
statistics
bro.
don't
Hold on,
matter.
bro.
The
Right,
statistics
y'all
don't
bringing
matter.
in
At the
statistics.
end of the
But
day,
again, respect is earned.
It's because she said that
Can I
most
say
men,
some things?
most
I can
black
bring
men
the statistics
are
right
in
now.
Hold on,
Information
guys.
man
Hold
show.
on, guys. Hold on, guys.
I got them right now.
I'm like, we got information man in the building tonight.
I got
Information man, what's going on,
let's,
bro? All right, go ahead.
let's stop the bullshit right now. Let me just say something. Let's just stop the bullshit. This is from the Family Studies. This is from the Family Studies site. You can look this up. When it comes to who cheats and who doesn't cheat, Freezy, you had the numbers a little bit too high for men. It's actually 20% of men tend to cheat more than women, and women are at 13%. However, this is where we get into the bullshit in these arguments. We have to understand the different age groups. It's going to come as a surprise to people that women actually are a little bit higher between age 18 into their 20s in terms of cheating. Okay. However, when men get into our later age, our 40s and our 50s, we're higher in terms of infidelity. So let me just give you these numbers real quick, just to make sense of all of this. So, however, the figures above indicate that gender gap weighs by age. Among every married adult age 18 to 29, women are slightly more likely than men to be guilty of infidelity at 11% versus 10%. But this gap quickly reverses among those aged 30 to 34. So the older we get as men, we have a higher propensity to potentially, according to these family study statistics, to cheat. The younger women are, when they're not as settled down, the more likely they are to engage in infidelity. So let me just finish this up here. Quickly reverse among 30 to 34 and grow wider in older age gaps. Infidelity for both men and women increases during the mid-age. Women in their 60s report a higher rate of infidelity. Wow, 16%. But the share goes down sharply among women in their 70s and 80s. Okay, now this is the one. Trend data going back suggests that men have always been more likely than women to cheat. Even so, older men were no more likely to cheat than their younger peers in the past. Okay, so this is going all the way back to the 1990s, all the way up to now. If a man is about 50 to 59 years old, which is about 31%, and a woman's age is between 40 to 49%, which is 18%, it was lower for both men and women at older, okay, now it's clarifying, at older ages in the spectrum, okay? So the reality is that men overall have more of a tendency to cheat at 20%, not 25%, women at 13%, but females tend to cheat a lot more in their younger years. And as we both get older, it starts to kind of like taper down somewhat. Right. However, sometimes men go through midlife crisis, and for whatever reason, we may cheat. But the reality is that both women and men do cheat. And this is why we should stop creating this gap between
so information man,
two
my
of us.
number was too high then. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So
it's
no cap to what you're saying. You actually put the number a little bit higher than what it really is. It's
Thank
actually
you.
20%. However, let me just say this to Raw B's point. Yes, men do cheat in general more than women, but we also have to look at generational issues as well as different age. And it did say that women slightly cheat a little bit more in their younger years. And then as we get older and we grow old, it starts to like taper down a little bit. So I'm not capping. I'm not trying to like clown nobody. Hang on. Let me just say this, and I'll be quiet. I'm not trying to cap and put anybody down here. I'm just saying if you want to look at these statistics and say, hey, what the hell is he talking about? Just look at the Family Studies site. I've got it right here. And this is the same study that talked about how 2.5 million black men have moved into the middle to upper middle class. It's a legitimate site. And I'll put this in the chat room if people want to look at it a little bit more deeper than what I've explained tonight. So what I'm saying to you in general is that we really need to get away from placing these judgments because
Right.
both sexes do cheat.
Exactly.
However, men do have a little bit more slightly, but part of the problem is that you have to look at age, generations. You have to put all those things into there as factors. And we also have to look at this too. And I know ladies are not going to like what I'm going to say here. Women do cheat. They just cheat better than men do.
Thank
We're
you.
sloppy as hell. Women, I've known a lot of women in my 52 years. Women, when they do cheat, it's usually due to something around some emotional needs not being met by their man, right? In some cases, not all. I'm not going to make a blanket statement. It depends on the situation. But the reality is that cheating does happen, and women, from my observation as a man, they do a better job when they do cheat, and men, we're much sloppier, which is why we always get caught in our fuckery. I'll stop there. Thank you, Black Man
It's
Unfiltered.
about that respect. It's
stop with
about that
these niggas ain't
respect.
shit.
Well, first of all, that's 20% of married men. And even in that scenario, men are cheating more. So now when we talk about unmarried men,
20%.
men are cheating more.
Bro, do y'all?
Men are
Am I
cheating
the
more.
only one
At
that
the
see
end
this
of the
shit?
day, the point is this.
Come on, man.
You're not getting respect because you don't deserve it. You're not getting respect because you didn't establish a baseline for a woman to respect you. So you can sit on YouTube and social media all day and beg for the respect. But I could see a few men on this panel in particular that automatically give respect when they walk in the room for how they carry themselves, for how they speak, for how they investigate and research things, because they speak life to facts and truth. So if you're not getting respect in conversation, if you're not getting respect in real life, I'm simply saying to you, maybe examine yourself. And that's something that's so hard for men to hear because, oh my God, it's just about the woman.
So
Well,
Robbie,
that's why you
let me ask you a
angry.
question. Robbie, let me ask you a question. So what's the solution then from a woman's perspective? Since you said that men are disrespectful, and what is the solution?
To be fair, she said
honey.
overall though, but
Right. This is how I feel for anybody, male or female, woman, dog, horse, pig, whatever. If you are not being respected in the manner in which you want to be respected, pick up and go. See, that's when the goalposts got moved, because then we start talking about families and divorce and cheating and all this and all that, because that one truth was too much for feeble minds to ingest. If you're not being respected,
come on, Black
then
man.
leave.
I'm trying, bro. I really am. But come on, bro. Like, why do
For
we
real.
have to endure the cap? That shit that she
Yeah,
just
cap,
said right
man.
there. We
What
said.
was cap about what I said?
hold on, Ron. Can I say something?
said
Can I say
that.
something? Can I say
You
something?
just mad because I'm a black woman and
Can I
I
say
We
said
something?
said that
Hello?
earlier in the
Hello?
show, so
Hello?
how can you be bothering anybody?
Let me say something.
We said
Just
that.
mad.
Hold
You
on.
mad
Can I
as
say
hell.
something?
I
Can I say
love
something?
it.
Hello. She just literally, information man literally repeated what her claim was, and we just jumped. Majority of us just jumped
That
down her
men
throat.
cheated more? Is that what you're talking about?
He just gave a statistic
Bro,
on everything.
yes
He
or no?
said,
Is that what you're talking about?
Bro,
I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
listen to
That's
what
why
he
you don't
said.
get respect.
Listen.
That part right
I'm
there.
asking you, bro.
And I'm
Just
trying to
tell me
answer your
yes
question.
or no,
If you-
bro. Is that what you're talking about? The cheating?
Number one, I'm trying to answer your question. So
Angelus,
yes
don't
or
do
running
no?
up at the
Angelus,
screen doesn't help
Angelus,
anything.
don't
Okay,
do it.
yes or no? Are you talking about the cheating?
I'm trying to
Angelus, don't
answer
do
your
it.
question, but you keep cutting me off. So you jerking at the fucking screen doesn't mean
Bro,
anything.
that shit don't
So
mean
calm
nothing to
down.
me, bro. Yes or
Calm
no,
down.
bro? Are you
Calm
talking
down.
about the
You
cheating?
emotion, bro.
We don't have to debate about that.
There's
That's
not a
not
debate.
nothing
I'm
to
trying
debate
to
about.
answer your question.
Okay, bro, then don't say nothing else to me. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm going to say something else because I'm trying
Don't
to
say
answer your
nothing else to me
question.
then, bro.
I'm
Do
trying
you,
to answer
bro?
your question. So I'm going to answer the question. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you answer yourself and act accordingly. So again, I'm going to answer a question that was asked of me. When Information Man gave a great statistic, he said overall the numbers are a little bit high from what Mr. No Cap said. But you
He
have
said
to
it was
look.
lower than mine. He said
No, actually, it was lower. Just a few
That's what he
points lower,
said.
I
brother.
apologize, sir. It was a little bit lower.
Oh,
I
it's okay.
apologize.
Just a few points.
Thank you. But he also said, look at the age gaps on everything else. It's
Yes.
context to everything. He did say that. So you take it for what you want to take it for, but don't conflate.
And
Don't conflate everything as a whole. And I'll leave it with that.
I would like everybody, if I could, I'm going to put the link to this art study is so super long, I can't put it in the chat. So I'm going to put the name, and it's the same particular website that came out with the study about the success of black men moving into upper middle class at 2.5 million. So a lot of you brothers who are familiar with that study will appreciate the particular site that I'm getting the data from, and I'll put the name of that in the chat room because the link is just too long. It won't fit.
I just wanted to be noted that when much respect to Raw B, but when she came on the panel, she's the one gave the narrative of, she gave some narratives on why black men don't get respect. And one of those narratives was cheating. Listen, one of those narratives was cheating. That's when I interjected and corrected her and let her know.
Black man, I literally have the YouTube video lined
Thank
up.
you.
This happens every time when Rob
her shit got debunked.
I literally have it lined
That's what
up.
Let's not talk about how your simping behind was on Rita Tony the other day crying and complaining about how you can't get your girl to marry you. But now you want to sit over here and be talking all crazy, puffing out your chest.
But you got debunked.
I said that respect is not given. It is earned. It is not given. It is earned.
It don't matter.
You got in your feelings because you feel like respect should be given to you.
You made it about cheating.
Because you feel like that's not what I made it about. That is not how that went. That's not how that went. You didn't like the fact of what I said, so you tried to take it somewhere else. You are the one that moved the goalposts. Y'all did that. Y'all did that. That's why you don't get respect.
You everybody put the video up.
Podcast. Chill. Podcast. Podcast. Hold on, bro. Podcast.
Why your girl don't want to marry you?
Rob, give him the mic right quick. Podcast. You're doing the same exact thing that I said men should not do earlier in this broadcast. You're doing it right now.
So women and men.
Keep your composure, bro.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about what this nigga think right now. I don't, bro. You can co-sign with him all you want to.
I'm not co-signing
with nobody. A simple question because I was just trying to get clarity. You just want to sound smart.
No, what I'm saying is,
question. What you talking about? Because I just wanted to know exactly what you was talking about.
That
was it.
Most respect.
Black
Black Man
Podcast. That's all
Podcast.
I'm talking about.
Black Man Unfiltered. I have something very important I need to add. This is the institution family studies that I brought up before. This is very important what I'm going to read to you guys here, because it just factors in here. It says here, you'll find this very interesting. Men who cheat are more likely than female peers to be married. Among men who have cheated on their spouse before, 61% are currently married, while 34% are divorced or separated. However, about 44% of women who have cheated before are currently married, while 47% are divorced or separated. So that's the number. That these are things that you have to consider, like how often are women being cheated on in marriage versus not in marriage, and all these different areas. These are all factors we have to look at.
Information man. That's 60%. That's 60% of the overall 20%, though, right?
Right. That's what I'm overall.
Exactly.
According to the Institute of Family Studies, it's 20% of men who cheat, while it's 13%, and then it varies depending on age. But let's just get this correcto here. It appears from the numbers that you have women that are being cheated on in situations where they're not necessarily married to the man. So that's what I'm saying. When we look at these numbers and we say, hey, men are doing this and women are doing that, we need to look at the numbers, the age, and whether they're married, whether they're not married, because there's a lot of variables to the circumstances.
Black man, put me on big screen.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
They don't want to admit that black men cheat more, and it's okay.
I appreciate that information, man.
That's all I'm saying.
This is what I want to say. Thank you, information man. You just debunked what Raw B was trying to. She was trying to
debunk anything.
Yes, he did.
About?
Because
he just
actually,
said y'all cheat more.
No,
listen.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why he debunked
Tell you something.
Because I just hold on. Wait. Oh, due respect. Hold on. I'm gonna let you talk, but I'm just saying, you just got debunked because one of your reasons for why women disrespect black men is because they are the biggest cheaters. We cheat all over the place, and that's not true. I interjected and told you and gave you a study and a survey that black men do not cheat like that, especially in marriage. Okay. And also to add on top of that layer, I said 25%, but I was actually wrong. Information man corrected me, and it was 5% lower.
Now,
what more do you want?
Now let me add this. I forgot to add one more other point here. I forgot to add one more. Okay.
First of all, the point that I made was that black men cheat more. It is one of the factors why y'all don't get no respect. You want to minimize it down to 25%, 20%. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what information man just came up here and showed is that y'all cheat more, especially in marriages, especially during the point that families are created when you're so old and you're supposed to have your life together. Y'all are cheating.
But Raw B, I forgot to add this to it, and it may change your thought on this. According to the Institution of Family Studies, this was the part that I didn't read before I read the other stuff. It says here, among every married adult who have cheated on their spouse before, 40% are currently divorced or separated. By comparison, only 17% of adults who were faithful to their spouse are no longer married. On the flip side, only about half of cheaters are currently married, compared with 76% of those who did not cheat. So what it's saying, the reality is that most of the people who get cheated on are people in general that are not even married.
Thank you.
Yes, people do cheat in marriage. People
think about divorcing or separating.
Yeah, people are. Let me just say this: people are cheating in marriage, but it's saying that there's a hell of a lot more people that are cheating that are not even married. So if you want to throw black men in that, when we make the point that black men are cheating on their wives, well, you have once again, you have okay, but just keep that in mind that when we talk about this, we have to look at who's married, who's not married, who's just having these casual relationships, because we know there's a lot of casual relationships going on in our communities, right? Where people are not really completely committed to each other. So I'll stop right there. I thank you all for listening.
But that's another point that you just
thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, information. That's my dude. That's my nigga right there, though.
Oh, but you was just mad at him. But that's just another point that you added to it. So you got 20%
I know you information.
You have 20% of people that are married that are cheating, and then you have a whole bunch of people that are not married that are cheating, which is exactly what I said. So you have more people. Yes, I did. Actually, you was too busy talking, so you didn't hear. Because I said black.
So I was on a replay.
It's always on the replay. Run it up, because I did say that.
You owe me $1,000 right now.
I don't. But anyway, so like how I said, black men are cheating in marriages. Black men are cheating in relationships that are not marriages, because y'all the one that brought up marriages, because y'all always want to move it to marriage. Y'all are not even respecting women that you having kids with enough to give them your last name. You just pumping and dumping. $40 dating them. So at the end of the day, you're not showing respect in how you courting and how you dating people. So why would a woman respect you?
I think he froze.
He ain't froze. He's stuck. He don't know what to say to that. Because let's not act like the $40 date and the pump and dump is not the narrative that y'all been spinning. So when it comes down to even how you smashing buns, you're not respectful in what you do. So you think that women are worth less from the jump. And then you think you're supposed to get respectful? Why? Respect is earned.
Okay, listen.
Okay. So I got some more people coming up in the back. So Robbie, you got give me your final words, Robbie. Go ahead.
Without cutting people off, please.
Yeah, don't nobody say nothing while I'm talking. Is giving my final words. Like how I said, respect is not given. Respect is not given. Respect is earned. Like how I said, there's plenty of men on this panel that get respect because they've earned it and they deserved it. If you're a man, be a freaking man. Stop asking somebody to respect you that don't want to respect you. Move around and stop crying. Grab your nuts, toughen up. That being said, have a nice night, gentlemen. Handle your handle. Peace.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Robbie came in the building tonight.
Hey, Black Man, can I respond to that?
Yeah, you sure can, sir. Go ahead. I was just about to get you in here too, so go ahead.
So once again, we got to look at this. This is why respect has to be given and not earned. The reason why a lot of our cities, inner cities, black neighborhoods look the way they look is because of a lack of respect. The reason why people can delete each other in a second is because of lack of respect.
Yes.
If you want to sit there and wait before you get to know someone, before respect can come out, we're never going to get out of the same cycle. Yes. Like, it's ridiculous to the fact that because the lack of respect of self, you can't respect someone else. So it just keeps going over and over again. So when people move out of the way, you can't blame those people for moving away, because the neighborhoods I moved to, they respect each other. They go out there and make sure there's no garbage on the street because they respect their property. They respect their neighbors. So once again, you cannot wait for respect to be earned. Now, certain levels of respect. Oh, I respect you for your musicianship. I respect you for the way you use your diction. We have to stop overcomplicating things. I didn't have a problem with statistics. Statistics is good. Don't try to argue them if you don't have them in your hand, of course.
Yes.
But at the end of the night, we have to look at stuff that's actually important, that's going to actually get us moving forward. And once again, we're focusing on what's going on and why it's going on instead of how can we fix it.
Yes.
That's all I got.
100%.
Yes.
Excellent points.
Yes.
I want to chime in a little bit also because she did when she was defining her terms. And again, I'm just going to speak for myself in terms of how.
And before Mr. Bennett, 1 second
Yes.
before you go, we got a doorbell here, Miss Deborah Linelli. Y'all let this woman disrespect you and talk trash about you. No man is checking her. Very, very sad. Now, this is a woman.
Salute to you, Deborah.
Now,
Salute to you, Deborah.
Hold on. So when it comes to, I'm going to say this real quick. When it comes to the whole respect thing, guys, I do feel as if I agree with King Thanos. I do believe that you don't have to get to know nobody to respect them. I think that when you were growing up, our moms didn't say, go get to know Mr. Johnson before you say, yes, sir. We had to say, yes, sir, whether we knew him or not. Because we were taught to be respectful. So earning the respect, I disagree.
Absolutely.
I disagree completely because you can't just go over and say you got to get to know somebody to earn their respect. That's just crazy. That's crazy.
Bro, black man, look, black man.
I never met Angelus, but I respect him as a man. I never met King Thanos, but I respect him as a man. I never met Freezy, but I respect him as a man. Lip Podcast.
We have real conversations, conversations.
Right. And I respect you as a man, and I'm not going to sit up and disrespect you. I know the line. See, I know the lines not to cross because I don't have to get to know you. I respected Angelus. Came to me. We talked months ago about starting YouTube, talking about. I didn't know him, but I respected him because he's a man. Right, so I don't have to get to know Angelus to respect him. I respect him already.
Curse at you, because raise my voice at you, and call you a nigga.
Go ahead, Mr. Bennett. Go ahead.
No, she was talking about. Again, I'll just speak from my perspective on respect, and I also want to go back to a previous comment saying, well, you let her disrespect you, and you guys didn't say anything.
I want to address that too when you're done.
The first thing, again. My respect for an individual comes from the fact that they're born in the image of God. They're created in the image of God. So that in and of itself, because even in her definition, she's talking about admiration for their abilities, qualities, or achievements. Well, the human being, I think, is a pretty awesome creation of God. So that is a reason to respect. 1 Peter 2:17 says that you respect everyone. So it doesn't matter if you're the CEO or the janitor, there's a certain level of respect I'm going to give you. Now, the areas where she talked about where the disrespect comes, again, I said, you give everybody respect, but you earn trust. When you cheat on somebody, that is a violation of trust. The military example, the reason why you get promoted from private to lieutenant to captain to major to general, et cetera, is because that's a trust thing. You've been trusted with leadership over a course of time, and you've demonstrated a consistency, a character over time that they would trust you with that office. So again, trust is earned, but respect is given just as a basic level as human beings. And to the point that was made earlier, if we can't respect just because a person doesn't have a proper education, but if we can't just respect people as persons of God, then again, no wonder our communities are the way they are. If everything is about earning, then again, where is that going to leave us as a community? And then the last thing, as far as, say we let this woman disrespect, me as a person, how I go about business, again, as Mandrell said earlier, matching energy of someone who comes into a space and raises the levels. I personally don't do that. She wants to make her point, let her make her point, and I can either come back and rebut it, or I can come, but I'm not going to raise energy and go back and forth with someone who's coming in with let them state their opinion, and then I'll state mine. So I'm not going to go back and forth with you over thing, and then the conversation got derailed talking about the statistics race. Not to say there's anything wrong with statistics. I understand that they have value, but it just totally took this conversation. Definitely took another turn in a direction that wasn't really I thought the main conversation for tonight. So for me, I just won't engage. I let people say their piece, but I'm not going to pour gas on a fire and just to have an exchange. So that's what I wanted to say on the issue.
The need to be right is real.
Right. And I want to bring up somebody else in here but in a minute, but I mean, guys, it just like I said again, we were when it comes to respect, when I walk into it, okay, let me give a good example. As a gentleman, if I'm walking into a store and a lady's walking behind me and I open the door, I'm just gonna open the door and walk through. I'm not opening the door for I don't know her. I got to get to know her first before I can open the door for her and respect her like that. See how stupid that sounds? I don't need to know people to respect them, right? Y'all see the example of how crazy?
Absolutely, but it's all over. So it's like, again, I don't have to know you to give up my seat for you. If I'm on a train or a bus or whatever, and I see an older woman or also a woman with a child, I give up my seat. I would teach my children. I've taught my daughters to do the same thing. Right. So again, this is something. This earning mentality is something that is permeated in our culture, and I think we've gotten away from some values there.
You know what? Let's keep it on the high note, because I see, just even though the little tantrum just happened, that's pretty much this could be a set example of a form of respect. Because beginning, it started off with Black Man Unfiltered, showed accountability. Pretty much everybody gave him his L's for it. He spoke about it, and the tensions got raised up when a person came and asked a question. And like I said, Mr. Bennett, that's how you're supposed to handle it. That's an example right there of showing some form of respect, even though the person asked for it. And now we come back around the building when other people's trying to speak and hold their be stoic and hold the same frame. And again, I'm gonna give an example of what I mentioned earlier. As content creator, because that was a question to ask. Again, that was a mutual respect, how you carry yourself too. Because a lot of people in those spaces, again, I always say real folks and internet folks, people think they're gods on screens and TV. And this is not a jab at Yellow or No Cap, because me and No Cap is cool. We always have our good conversations, and I'm good with disagreeing with everybody else. But this is another example of a lack of respect versus respect. When somebody's coming in with facts and statistics, you can take how you want to, how you carry yourself on a platform. That's how it is. Even at this, now you can see people's characters playing in real time. You can't fake live now. You can edit everything else in the content. So this is a perfect example of respect. How
the statistics came about was.
No, we're fine, bro. I really don't want to beat that over the head.
I want to get Bernard.
What I was saying was Raw B gave a blanket statement about black men cheating. It was a blanket statement. Right.
Yeah, no.
So that's how the statistics came about, because I wanted to let her know statistically that's not true. That was it.
And that's fine, bro. And that's fine.
Right there.
Yeah, we're good. I just don't want to get that overhead.
Yeah, let's get Bernard in here real quick. Bernard, what do you have on the matter, brother? About respect, man. Does it have to be earned, or do you just need to have it in you? It needs to be a part of you from jump.
It should be common sense to do it from jump. But the other thing that I still have a problem with, that we do on most panels that we have done tonight, we are still addicted to distractions. We need to stick to what we were talking about.
Yep.
That's the problem in every panel that I not go on, but I just sit and watch.
Minus mine, sir.
We are addicted to distractions, and we never get nothing done because we spend more time not debating, but arguing about who's right instead of what's right. That's a problem. That's a problem, because we're not getting nothing done. We're not getting nothing done. We need to get something done, guys. And, I know we all have the strength and power to do it. All we got to do is just like, hey, the man's trying to run the panel the best he can, but, when you start throwing other stuff that don't belong in the gumbo, it's not going to taste good. I'm just saying. I promise you it's not going to taste good.
Yeah, you come on now.
Louisiana with that one.
Yeah, you just have to put
that's my
ingredients in, and that's all I'm saying, fellas. We are capable. All of us are capable of doing that. All of us.
Right, and I want to get this doorbell real quick, because while you up on the screen, I want you to. This is what Jenny said, and Jenny have some great perspective as well. One day I'm just gonna get her out of moderating and get her on the platform. She's a very intelligent woman. Jenny said there's a low level of threat when men are speaking. That's the difference.
I actually had called Jenny out on this show before, and she came up on she didn't show her face, but she did come up. So
okay.
she'll do it. I'm just saying. But,
So, thank you for that, Jenny. I appreciate that comment, sweetheart.
Yeah, she's right.
Does anybody wanted to respond to what she just said?
I
No.
agree with her.
Yeah, I agree with her. Exactly.
I agree with her. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to respond because I agree with her. There's a low level threat of violence when men are interacting with one another.
Yep. So we have TJ. You in there, TJ? TJ.
Who's TJ?
You on mute.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can.
That's the Phoenix. The Phoenix.
Yeah.
Hello. Can y'all
What
hear
you
me?
got? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm gonna derail it one more time.
Oh Lord.
But I'm gonna derail it in a positive way. I'm gonna derail it in a positive way. I was meaning to do that, but stuff slipped my mind. So about a month ago, my nephew was going to visit my mom to surprise my mom for her graduation. And he got stuck in Fayetteville and couldn't. It was like he was going to get in my mom's house at 3:00 in the morning because the flights were delayed over and over and over again. And so I don't know what made me think that Mandrell still lived in that area, but I called Mandrell to see if he could pick my nephew up because I didn't want, somebody, my mom knocking on my mom's door at that time of morning. And even though it was very late when I contacted Mandrell, and he said that he didn't live in that area, but what I appreciated is that he was about, and it was in the wee hours of the morning, he was about to put out some feelers to try to find somebody to go pick up my nephew from the airport. And I've never met this man in person, but he was willing to do that. And I just wanted to publicly thank him for that. And again, so when we talk about respect, he doesn't know me, but there's something about me that he was willing to do that. And for me, my nephew, and my mother. So that's how we start to build, if we can rebuild, is finding compassion and loving one another, and then trust develops. But I just wanted to thank you again for, even though you couldn't pick my nephew up, you were, and I let you know it's okay because he was about to make some phone calls like in the wee hours of the morning. So I say, but I just wanted to thank him for that, for doing that and just being willing. So it was a positive derail. It was a positive derail, and you guys keep having good conversations, and it gets a little testy, but I think we all want the same thing, but we just have to try to listen to each other a little bit more. Okay.
Yep. Thank you so much, Auntie.
Good night.
Hey, black man.
Hey, TJ.
Not a problem.
Hey.
Black man, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, right before you do, Sir Hill Speaks. Come on in here, Sir Hill. But Sir Hill Speaks says earning respect is a long-standing talking point. Decency and respect should be a default. The standard, 100. All right, go ahead, Doc.
So this is one of the things that really be pissing me off, bro, when we try to do this separation thing of people, right? I think like if one of y'all sons was drowning in the pool and I was standing there, it wouldn't be nothing about me that you would think, man, I don't want that emotional guy to save my son. You would want me to save your son if I could, regardless of what you might think about me. That's how I treat people. I don't treat people like based on, oh man, this person is emotional, so therefore I have to separate myself from him. I'm more of a man than him, or I have a better green screen than him, or he got frustrated. Yeah, I get frustrated. The conversation was going well. I ain't here for that bullshit. I ain't gonna even front. Y'all might like to entertain that bullshit with them women, but I don't, bro. I don't like that. I don't like it when people come on the panel and lie. She said something, and then when I said she said it, she said, no, I didn't say that. And then bro up top agreed and said, no, she didn't say that. Then I got to go back, find the clip exactly where she said it to prove that she said it, instead of just being able to acknowledge, yeah, that's what you said.
The fact that you have to go through all that, bro, it's just,
but my point is this, it's a man on the panel that says she didn't say that. Why the fuck would I say she said something that she didn't say? Why would I do that? We've been having a great conversation this whole time. You put this raw beat privilege, which it ain't even about her, but it's the personality, it's what she does. She disrupts. It's been labeled that by people in the chat. Ain't even by Miss Randolph.
Just to be fair, right? Podcast, I can give the same energy when Chaotic come on, right? But guess what? Like I said earlier, this is Black Man Unfiltered podcast, right? And Chaotic is entertaining. As much as I personally may say I don't like him, I can personally say I don't want him. I can say everything you saying too. But guess what? He's on here to have a conversation. I'm going to do this real quick, shut my mouth, like Mr. Bennett gave him a good example. Let him speak his point, and then I'm going to return back. Not wait 2 sentences and then react too. That's when people claim their mouth, I feel is
hold on, bro. See, hold on. Now let's have a conversation, right?
Sure. You see how I stop?
A few people just said that the conversation got derailed. My point is, why allow the derailment in the first fucking place if you can just stop
that words? Only 2 people spoke that words out of the 7 here.
Okay, cool. But and then what about the people in the chat? Do they count or no? Because they watch.
I ain't worried about chat. This is a platform we on.
Well,
sir.
they watching and they support.
This is a platform we on, sir.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is this. Guess what? It was a derailment, bro. We was talking about respect, and then we just spent the last 30 minutes talking about cheating. Well, we had to bring up stats and shit about cheating. She want to sit there and say men don't want to admit that men cheat more. Yeah, they do. They are literally, there's no problem with that. They are literally arguing that it's okay for them to cheat, especially when they have to pay for everything. Who cares? That ain't what we're talking about. We're talking about respect.
But even right now, you see where we're talking about derail, and this is your point, right? We're literally just wasted about 10 minutes of a point you're trying to make, arguing about a girl that's not even on this platform no more.
Right. But see how you saying that to me, but you wouldn't say that to her. See,
I was saying that to her again. You never been on many
that
platforms.
Right there, that's punk shit to me. Again, see, I can call that out now. Okay, I can hold you accountable now because you're willing to say something to me, but you didn't want to say nothing to her. You wanted to agree with her. No, she didn't say that. She did. Again, she literally said most.
You see how you cut me off?
Her exact talking, but I'm sitting there trying to talk to you and letting me talk or finish my point. See, that's what I'm talking about. But you say let her finish what she got to say, right? This is what I'm talking about, bro. You got all the smoke for a man, but you want to sit there and let this woman act how she want to act, bro. Give me some fucking respect too, bro. The woman literally said the majority of black men don't carry themselves in a way where they deserve respect.
You just repeat yourself. Are you done?
Here's the thing, bro. I'm a man's advocate.
Are you done?
I'm a man's advocate, so I'm not finna sit here and just let that slide. I'm going to say
and I heard you. You repeat yourself 3 times. Are you done? May I speak? Now, since you that emotional, you keep talking about a replay. Go catch yourself in a replay when you sat there and said and called me a nigga out your mouth, and I wasn't disrespecting you. You cut me off. I just shut the fuck up, let you talk. Look at you. Look at
me. What does that mean, bro?
Okay, but again, I'm trying to talk. Yeah, you cut me off. Yeah, now you cut me off.
What does that mean? Look at me. What is that gonna do?
Talk about respect, and you cut me off. And I'm trying.
Yeah, now
I'm
you see how I feel, don't you?
No, I don't, because I'm sitting there talking. I just shut the fuck up and let you talk. And you worried about the chat. We on the panel. It's men talking here. Let's make an example out of that. Now, to make a point, what you talking about Rob B? Again, this is the first time me and you even acting this little trio right here with us 3. You never been on many panels with me and Rob B or me and her and or whatever. So don't sit there and make false claims that you don't know. I can sit there and go and be childish, which rule I tell everybody not to do. I can sit there and point at Black Man. Hey, Black Man, haven't I checked Rob B? And he'll sit there and say, yes, you have. Hey, hey, Mandrell, have you checked Robbie? Have I checked Robbie? Yes, you have. So again, let's get out our feelings. Let's have a conversation about the actual topic at hand, and let's move forwards. Thank you.
I don't know why y'all think that means something, bro. That feeling shit don't mean nothing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome.
Mean nothing, bro.
I want to welcome my brother to the panel tonight. My brother is in the building tonight. Sir Hell speaks.
When is the meeting Greek? That's what I want to know.
Huh?
When is the meet and greet? That's what I want to know. I want to see if everybody gonna have this same energy when we all standing in the same room.
Yeah, we are, because we're gonna have respect. We're gonna have respect.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Sir Hill.
I'm all certain the wheels. And I dare you to come and be rolling the wrong way.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Sir.
I already told you what's gonna happen, Mandrell. Ain't nobody finna play with you. We already know you know all that Bruce Lee kung fu stuff. Ain't nobody finna play with you. We jumping you. I already told you that.
Mandrell gonna be like that guy in Mandrell gonna be like that guy Indiana Jones. And Indiana Jones just pulled out the gun and said,
shot him. Yeah.
All right, Sir Hill, go ahead, brother.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Shout out to my brother Black Man Unfiltered. What's going on, Bernard S., Mr. Bennett, no captivity. What's up with you?
Wait a minute. Sir Hill, you got to start off saying this because it already went that way. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, you got to go, man.
Go ahead and say it.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this show that already took a turn.
Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, I was just listening to the stuff that was being said, and like we got to change our talking points. Like, it's a couple things that I keep hearing us say that we got from women. The first thing is quit being emotional. Like, what does that even mean? Like, when we say that, what are we saying? Like, I think that we have to stop that point. And part of the reason why is because we're saying that we want to be treated like humans. I know this is going to sound terrible, guys, and black men may kick me up after I say this, but men have emotions. And
right.
We simply got to stop weaponizing stuff that's normal for the sake of sounding masculine. That's one.
Right.
The second part is when it comes to respect, like, I don't know where we got this from. This, you got to earn respect. It sounds good, but that's not practical. Like, I give people an opportunity to lose respect, not to get it. And there's a difference because I'm starting off with a level of respect. I think that's what's wrong with people.
Yep.
Everything's got to be earned. And some stuff ain't got to be earned, like respect, decency, care, kindness, grace. I mean, that stuff you get for free. But I think what we do is we make it so hard to be decent to people, and we make it seem like they need to do something for us to be decent. That ain't the way it works. If you're a decent person, you're gonna be decent, and the requirements are not gonna be very high. I think that's what's wrong with us. We expect people to jump through hoops for us to give them something that's basic and common, and I think we got to stop that as men particularly. And I think that we got to shut down anything that comes against the standard that we set. So to all of my brothers on here, I don't know all of you personally, but I respect you, right? And the same thing to the people who are listening. Like, there's a respect there, whether I know you or not. I'm not going to talk about you behind your back. I'm not going to say stuff about you. If I might talk about you behind your back, but that just means I'm warming up to say it to your face, right? Because I respect you enough to do it that way. Like, we don't do that. And I think that just in our culture today, we don't value this. We don't value respect. We don't value that. We make it hard for people to be decent. And then when they blow up on us, we act like we don't know. It's because we made it hard for them. And I think that's got to stop.
Well, it's not about men having emotions, Sir Hill. It's about how to manage the emotions.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't care about you having emotions. Of course, you're a human being. You got emotions. Okay. It's how you manage them. That's what I call into question. That's what I was trying to bring to podcast attention.
No, but
I was just talking about.
It's how you guys say it, and I'll tell you, I never hear
how I say it to a man.
No. Go ahead.
Mandrell, like, come on, guys. Now listen. I already said it took a turn. It don't need to take a second one. And when I say how it says, listen, I'm almost home. I'm gonna cam up and I'm gonna eat you up. So just get this.
You ain't gonna eat shit up here. Listen, I tell you what, you better go on stay on your little date there. Or whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even know how you can even talk about a date. You ain't been a one in 12 years. I told you, this ain't the smoke you want. I'm standing my element.
Listen.
That ain't right, Sir Hell. That's it below the belt.
It's perfect.
He done took a turn.
Let me apologize.
That
was a lack of respect. That was a lack of respect. I want to apologize.
He's talking about respect and not respecting his elders. I'm 10 years your senior.
Well, in fact, he did warn you, but I'm just saying.
No, he didn't. I don't care. That wasn't even a funny joke.
Mandrell, don't be emotional. Don't be emotional. Get out of your emotions.
I'm not in my emotions.
I'm saying, y'all see how that works though? Like, I can weaponize that at any point. I'm just saying we got to stop that. That's
it's how you manage the emotions.
That's fair, Sir Hell. That's fair.
You can't match energies with a woman. I just got on Black Man Unfiltered about that. I was explaining to him what he did wrong. It was not about him being emotional. She was getting his blood was boiling, and she was trying to do that. She was trying to work him up.
You know what it is, dude?
It's how you behave after that. You know what I'm saying? How you respond to it. That's what I was trying to get at with podcasts. It's like you're doing the same thing, and this is gonna go nowhere by doing it that way.
But here's what it is,
images with a woman, both of y'all talking over each other. No one's gonna learn anything. No one's gonna know what each other said. We sit on the panel. We still don't know what them two said.
Right. But here's the thing, though.
You know what I'm saying?
The real talk, though, man, is like, as a community, we got to stop letting women off the hook by saying they're women, therefore they're emotional, therefore it's acceptable. Like the way that we talk to each other matters. And I think that what we've done is we make it convenient for us to be indecent. Like, just because women are more emotional doesn't mean that they don't also have to manage those emotions as well. This is something I've learned from my elders, and particularly elder women. One of the things, if y'all are old school and grew up in church, one of the things you would hear grandma tell you is watch your mouth, because a woman's words can do a whole lot of damage. You would hear stuff like that. Why? Because they knew that if it's more imperative for emotional people to maintain those emotions, because in your emotions you will say all kind of stuff. You will say it, and then here's the thing: the people who are that emotional will forget what they said when you bring it back up to them, because in those emotions it's almost like you black out. So I'm saying that men have to manage our emotions as well, but our women do too. So that we don't have to say don't match in energy with the woman. The respect has to be given both ways on the simple fact that we both people.
Here's the roadblock you're gonna run into. Hold on. Let me respond. Here's the roadblock you're gonna run into with that. All right. You're talking about grown women who've already been indoctrinated with this I don't have to respect a man mentality and ethos already implanted in their firmware. Okay, you're not gonna get anywhere. You're never gonna teach them to not do it. It's not happening. The best thing you can do is take the younger generation and teach them otherwise. So, being that you're not talking to a child, you're talking to a grown-up, an adult, you have to respond to that person in a different fashion. I'm not saying don't attack. I'm not saying don't hold them accountable. I'm not saying don't hold them accountable. It's the way you do it. Your tactics have to change.
So let me tell you, man, Joe. So what you're saying is absolutely right, bro. And like as big bro, I listen to what you're saying. But in having these conversations, and I got over 430 videos, one thing that I've learned is that you don't find a way to do it well, you shut it down. And if that means you stop the conversation, that means you drop somebody off, you drop it. But I think once you allow it, you let it go on for too long, it's gonna happen again. And sometimes we got to show that there are consequences for bad communication. Exactly. Like people be like, you got to get this tech skill, get this thing, and that's gonna earn. The biggest skill you can have is communication, and we have to enforce that for both men and for women. And we got to start rewarding bad behavior by giving people multiple opportunities to screw it up.
Exactly. But hold on. But this wasn't his panel. He wasn't in charge of anything. So it was just him and another person communicating with each other.
I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm just talking about
I know. I'm using this as an example. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying don't check them. Yes, definitely check them. However, it's how you do it with the different personality that you're dealing with. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you know what, Mandrell, in real life though, I've never heard men use the word emotional to describe a frustration in a man this much in my life until I came to
you got on the internet. Until you got on
the internet. To YouTube. We use it all the time. We understood in the streets that there was a difference between frustration and emotion, bro.
Yeah, I know what it was. Frustration. I was trying to get and podcast. My point was, I'm not saying don't be frustrated. I'm not saying don't be like that. I'm saying the way you come at her, you have to come at it at a different angle. Come in another woman's head up like that. It's just gonna go nowhere.
Mandrell, let's take my situation last night, Mandrell.
You know what I'm saying?
If I would have shut up last night, she would have kept going. Because you know why? Because hold on, it's the Monique effect. Remember Monique was on stage talking about nobody told her to stop, and as they kept cheering her on, she added more and more and more and more. Then she started talking about his dick size. Then she started talking about his daughter. She started talking about he gay. DL stand for down low. She would not stop. She went on for 30 minutes about this man's life.
That's what I'm saying. Your tactics have to change. You have to come at them at an angle.
Hold on.
Not head up.
No, y'all
that
both.
Nowhere.
Hold on. Both can be right at the same time. And
right.
I'm gonna say this. Like for example, that Black Man said. Right now, let's give, since that person was brought up, perfect example, and I hold him to the highest respect. Again, Sir Hell. Now he said, "Hey, you could just shut him down, whatever." But he didn't do that. He used a different tactic again for a different person, and he had the conversation. Whether they didn't agree, whatever. And guess what? How he did the flow of conversation to transfer energy. He didn't match energy with energy. He allowed that individual to exit their own. Am I right or wrong, Sir Hell?
Yeah, I'm gonna cuss you out in the back chat, but you're right.
Exactly, because he's agreeing, because he's reinforcing my point. You have to come at some certain people. You have to come at them at an angle as opposed to head up.
Well, no. So here's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes you got to save people from themselves. So like when I remove somebody from a conversation, it's not because I'm upset with them. It's like I think about people a year from now. A lot of people who are on YouTube acting like this, their kids gonna go up, people are gonna see them, and they're gonna look like absolute fools. And so I literally am trying to save people from themselves. So sometimes just doing that. But here's the other big thing, fellas. A lot of people keep on doing stuff because what one man won't accept, another man will tolerate. And this is why I said we got to have a standard. If there's a code of conduct that men operate with, then a woman who's with a little podcast breaks up with him and then goes with Bernard S., she can't go and make him accept something because there's a standard. And in our community, we don't have any standards that we enforce. It's always some weak-minded dude, some dude who's going to accept something, and that's why bad behavior continues to persist.
Exactly.
Another thing. Let's not ignore that. Come on, guys. We know that not all women, but some women feel like just because they're women, they have special privileges on these panels to where they can interrupt you at any time. We're not supposed to interrupt them, but they can interrupt us. Be condescending, raise their voice. What I'm saying, like, are we just supposed to let them take over the show?
Right.
I'm just saying. What's the? I'm trying. Maybe I need help with that too because.
Well, here's the thing. This is how I look at it. This is called a barbershop. So I treat it like the barbershop. When a woman comes in, I look at it like a real barbershop. She's here to drop her kid off. She might say a few things. We know she gone. After she gone, we get back into the real talk. Because when a woman comes through the door in the real barbershop, it'd be like, "Hey, we don't even say nothing."
That's
like,
don't even see. Hey, bro, you know what, bro? You know what? That to me sounds excellent. But I want to acknowledge certain women's points. I want to acknowledge them in the.
I got you. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I want to. I don't want to just treat them like, okay, are you done? Bye. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
and
but
then to your
want them to
example,
have
right?
something to say. Yeah.
To your example, saying about a real barbershop, the woman ain't coming into a real barbershop with that energy.
They mostly do.
You see what I'm saying?
And I want to piggyback on something that you said, Lil Podcast, a few minutes ago. You said that in these spaces, like if I was on another guy's podcast, right, for example, and he was talking mad shit to me, right? Like the other night, that guy that was talking to Mandrell stupid or whatever, right? If me and him were face to face, he would not speak to me in that manner
at all.
Yeah, that's
right, because he would have respect for me in that manner because he know, oh shit, ain't no
low level threat of violence,
right? And so he wouldn't do that, right? So my thing is this: I'm gonna ask the question that anybody else gonna ask because we unfiltered over here. How many of these women that's talking like this will actually talk to us in person like this?
Most of them. A lot of them.
A lot of them. Less of them that do it, but
my point exactly. Why is that? Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm getting to my point. Now, why is that?
911.
No, I'm saying, why is that though? Why do they feel they're comfortable doing it on camera and off camera in person? Why?
Because a lot of men allow it.
Because of what Sir Hell just said. We allow so many weak-minded dudes to accept it that they feel like I can do what I want to do, and if you get twisted, I'm going to activate this femininity, so I can get the police over here. I can get another man to come take up for me because that's what they do. Some women put themselves into a position.
How's that feminine?
What's that?
Because they playing that, you know.
No. They weaponize femininity. So basically, they're
you talking about them doing it?
Weaponizing femininity. Like, oh my God, I can't. Like last night, when I came on the panel, she had all the smoke, middle finger this. I just hope he going. And then at the end of the show, she did this, guys. You know, I came on this platform and I didn't even want to be attacked. I was attacked and I didn't come here for that.
She sure did. That's why you shouldn't have engaged that way.
You weaponized your femininity.
That's why
and a couple of girls in the chat was like, I can't believe he acting like that. I can't believe it. And then, but pound for pound, my guy was in there. He said, oh, no, that's bullshit. She came in with the smoke. He shut her ass down, and now she's weaponizing her femininity.
Yeah, but to be fair, Black Man, to be fair though, you saying how men allow this, right? And I even go, you know what I'm saying, give me and you know, throw Yellow on me for a minute. When the Yellows made the concession, like, look, fellas, why are we letting this woman allow this? Everybody, that example that Yellow just said, a little podcast, everybody should have been on the same page. Like, yo, whether down to the host, to the guest, to the panelists, said, you know what, Robbie, you gave your point, you got your question, you could easily drop down and let everybody address it.
You know what? I'm gonna take.
That's an option too, right? Podcast, right and wrong. Okay, cool.
That's definitely
I'm
an
gonna
option.
take accountability. I'm gonna tell you why.
Smart
My
one,
boy
actually.
Bernard, he absolutely right. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when she got debunked and she still went against that shit, I should have shut the fuck up. That's what I should have did.
And you know what? Let me ask y'all a question. In remembrance of Kevin Samuels, if Kevin Samuels on that panel last night, and it wasn't me, and she addressed him that way, what would Kevin Samuels would have said?
He'd have left.
If he was on the panel,
you'd have left.
You'd have hung it up.
You'd have left.
Especially when my dog information man came through.
But I don't know, bro. I don't know. It all depends, because I didn't see Kevin Samuels say, "Oh, you're not gonna disrespect me, you fat bitch."
But can I
You know,
on his show, but not on
Right,
another.
on his show. That's why I asked on his show or somebody else.
So I mean, it's this point. So so we can't just do that to every woman, because some women really, they never talk to a real man. They just, and when I say real man, I'm talking about a masculine man who knows how to talk. So sometimes you got to give some women a little grace, give them a little time to see if they're willing to listen, because sometimes they're just doing what they're used to, right? If they're used to that, give them an opportunity to listen. But if after you continuously try to get them to hear and listen and to be quiet and show some respect, that they will listen, then you got to take some more extreme measures to get them off. But a lot of women simply have not heard. I mean, think about it. The last 40 years, men don't talk a lot. Men don't know how to communicate. Men don't know how to express themselves. And you got a group of men who know exactly how to do this, right? I think we got to give some women some grace. But when they show that they're just not willing to listen, then you got to take some different measures to get them off.
Yeah, and it come back to the tactic that, like Mandrell said, for attack, and this is just it's not a stranger, right? Because like the two examples, one with podcast and Robbie, not saying they know each other, but there's some kind of history there. Because he said, "Hey, I see this history of you, so that's why I'm speaking on it." And then same thing for Black Man Unfiltered and this other lady. When we saw, I didn't know them from the can of paint until she made it clear, you blah blah blah. So there was history there. So they
know history. Before
I'm going by what she said, bro.
She said it on the panel. She said, "I don't even know you, but I don't like you." That's what she said. She said, "I don't know you, and I don't like you." That's what she said.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's what she said.
And so here's my other thing. What Sorrell speaks. So I'm gonna go medium. I'm not gonna go hard, but I will say this, and even if you can push back what I'm about to say.
Yeah, pause on that first comment. But go ahead, brother.
Well, here's the thing. It's a bunch of men up here, and I'm seeing, if anybody want to push back in the chat or whatever, it's been enough panels up here with me up here with a bunch of men to where people can watch from the outside and know that you're talking to men that know how to talk.
Exactly.
So after a while, if I go back and look and see your name in the chat in like 3 or 4 shows, there's no excuse. There's your grace. That's with me. I can't speak for the rest of these brothers. That's gonna be with me.
So hold on. Let me make it clear. So you mean to tell me if a lady's out of line on 7 shows and then she come on your show with the same type of energy?
Come on, man.
Did she already passed her grace?
Let me tell you something. Yeah, because you can't say that you have not been. You cannot say you have not been in a panel of men that know how to talk.
Right.
You can't say that.
Right.
Sir Hale just brought it up, and so I'm making.
You know what they do, and you know what
you can't go. You can't go to Sir Hale's show. You can't go to Gray Pill Pop. You can't go to these other guys' shows, any of our shows, and to act like you have not been in the gracefulness of men that know how to talk.
One second. Sir Hale.
Can I say something?
A lot of people don't like chaotic truth. But chaotic truth, the same chaotic truth on every platform, right? And when he goes to that platform, everybody there, if they don't like him, it's oh my God, and they know what they're gonna get. So everybody gears themselves up for chaotic truth, right? But we don't do the same thing for the women though. If a woman come with that type of energy, oh no, we can't. It's got to be. But who the information man? You about to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say a lot of this has to do with the cultural conditioning that we all have been impacted by growing up, where we've been taught that there's a certain way you got to talk to women, a certain way you got to treat them. Our mothers told us to be gentlemen, right? All these sort of things that we've been integrated with in society. We've already been told that women are a protective group, so that if you as a man come at women a certain way, it makes you look bad. So we internalize all these things, and we sometimes give women grace and say, okay, let them talk. But I got to be honest with you, gentlemen. This is the way it works on YouTube. People are going to say things to you that they're not going to say to you in your face. Now, I've been in many barbershops. I don't remember seeing brothers talking in a barbershop where women came in and disrupted it because it wasn't not going to be allowed. People feel comfortable saying what they want to say on panels like this because there's no, like you say, there's a low threat of violence or what have you. But ask yourself this. How many all-female channels or panels have you seen on YouTube where sisters or women are talking and they will allow a man to come on the panel
that part
and disrupt, like the brothers are saying, disrupt the conversation or change the narrative. And then after they've done that, those women are still talking about either that person or that situation, and it's derailed there. I have not seen too many women's panels where women even allow. Yeah, but I haven't even seen it where the women will even allow you on the panel. And if they do allow you on the panel and you start saying something that they think is bullshit, your ass is dropped off and goodbye with you.
And now I will say this information, man. I think me and Sir Hell made history. Me and Sir Hell went on an all women's panel, and the women and we was on there for 10 minutes and made half of them leave.
Okay,
and they didn't drop us. They didn't drop us.
I agree with you, but there are some. I don't know what sector or what panel you was on channel, but there are some sectors on YouTube where if you get up there as a man and you say any little thing that they don't like, your ass is grass. And I've seen this personally.
And this is the thing too, bro. Like, I know, you know what? I was talking to one of my cousins today, and I was telling him that being in this sphere, I've been around more millionaires, right? More six-figure rich cats than I ever have, right? Being in this YouTube sphere. So I know, a lot of y'all probably got to the bag, bro. I'm just the average cat, right? But here's the thing.
Living large.
But here's the thing. But you know what is important to me and valuable to me? My time. And honestly, like, I'll give you some context, Brother Angelus. The 3 encounters that I had with her was this one here on Sage Talk with Mr. Lee. Again, this is all men. Why are you even popping up over here just to bring whataboutisms? Oh, you see what I'm saying? That's all you doing. You ain't coming to add real context. You just want to say, well, what about? Well, what about? Well, we heard about everything that you can say. We heard about that for 40 to 50 years. It's our turn now. I literally heard Dr. Tierson Johnson saying this earlier today on We Need to Talk. Like, we've been at this for 2 years, really. And look how much of an uproar it's been.
Yeah.
We can't have a space of our own where we get to say what we really feel, what's really going on, share our experiences, and our women come and be like, man, yeah, that is kind of bad. We need to work on that.
The truth of the matter, my brother and my man Freezy, we were on a panel some months back, and it was a panel where men were talking about things like depression, some of the things that we're struggling with as men, with our health, our mind, and the stress of the world that we live in, right? Mm-hmm. You remember this, Brother Freeze, that the women did not give a damn about the conversation that men were having when we were talking about stuff that pertains to our struggles that we go through as men. And it just comes down to this. The reality is that nobody really gives a damn about how men feel in this society. They don't care about our thoughts. They just want us to, men are used as utilities, right? We're used for resources. We're used for making babies. And we are relevant when a woman or someone of that nature finds relevancy in us, whether it be marriage, whatever the things that I just said earlier. I don't want to repeat myself. And men are dying silently from all sorts of things, black men, prostate cancer, hypertension, and nobody really gives a damn. Look at how the Black Lives Matter movement was started. They made $90 million. They got big because of what? Over the death of black men. Then Rolling Stones put on their cover a black woman with a black child, right? No black man next to her. The movement was all wrapped around women. And of course, they turned it into something alternative, as we know. But at the end of the day, they've made money in a bag off of the symbolism and death of black men. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about how black men are viewed, the NFL doesn't even recognize prostate cancer, which is killing black men, yet most of their athletes are black. Now, what does that tell you?
And
that
most
if
are
we
at
don't
breast
advocate
cancer
for
awareness.
ourselves as men, nobody gives a damn.
Right.
Hey guys, and I got somebody here that also knows that nobody gives a damn. I want to bring him in right now. I'm gonna take myself out and bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour is here. Hink is in the building. Hink a link. Let's go.
Oh Lord.
Big Hink.
What's up? What's up, Black man?
How you doing,
What's
brother?
good, sir?
The core of the problem.
Hink.
The core
What's
of
up,
the
Hink?
problem.
Hink, this is your fault. This is your fault. It really is your fault. Hink.
Cause all this
Face down and ass up.
It really is your fault.
Hey,
You might do it,
I
Hink.
showed you
You already know.
video from
You
I showed you a
already
video
know,
from
Hink.
Tuesday, brother.
Hey, y'all
Bro.
talking. I can't hear y'all.
Hey, no, I showed you
Hink,
your
you know
video
you
from
might
Talk
do.
That Talk Tuesday, bro.
What you talking about?
Yeah, when you said, I don't give a damn about you, I'm the prize.
Well, that's true. Those are facts.
Yeah. So I showed you the video earlier. So I'm glad
I
you're here.
didn't tell a lie. I mean, I just told the truth. That truth hurts sometimes, dog. They rather live a lie than hear the truth. Ain't nothing I can do about it. You just get in your feelings. The hell with your feelings. It's not about you. It's about me.
But like I said the other day, good medicine is women don't always like what I have to say. But number one, good medicine never tastes good. And number two, you may not like what I have to say, but you'll always know I'm telling you the truth.
I know that's right.
You
I'm
know
all
what?
for it.
I will agree. I want to say something too about what Mandrell and my boy Gray Pill was saying. I agree with what they were saying. Men should give women grace because we should recognize women as the weaker vessel. That's true. We should know already dealing with women, they are the weaker vessel when it comes to emotions, when it comes to physicality, all of that stuff. We should. I'm just saying especially in today's society, women know what position they're in and they actually capitalize off it and use it as leverage. So then as a man, we should recognize when they're using it as leverage. You understand what I'm saying? So women's play this, they're good at playing this psychological game and they tread in between the lines, right? So we in the midst of us giving them grace, they're taking advantage of it. So actually, I feel like everybody on the panel is right. And there's a time and a place for everything, right? So my boy Bernard, he just hit it on the head. When the person we know when a person has a track record for things, for coming on panels and just disrupting the whole shebang, right? Because, you know, and I'm gonna tell you something. If Robbie is watching, I don't want Robbie to feel like I'm talking about her when she's not here. Because I got a lot. I just want Robbie to know I'm pretty sure this is the sentiment of every man on this panel. We have a lot of respect for Robbie. She's very knowledgeable.
Facts.
She's very intelligent. Very intelligent. And I actually admire her tenacity. I really do. But the problem is being able to concede when you're wrong, not just arguing just to argue. I'm saying, like, we're not gonna go anywhere. Like me, let me tell you something, Freezy. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I'm not just gonna keep going. If I feel like, damn, dude just fuck me up just then. I'm wrong. Okay, but it comes to a point where
what happened, dog? Did she?
A lot, Hink.
It just
the opposite of what he's saying happened. Because that whole thing was
we got an important doorbell right now.
That whole
I
thing
want y'all to
was
read this, man.
right. And if you watch that joint alone,
Mandrell said he the only one on the panel can read. So Mandrell
she been talking to herself. So if you don't engage, they don't have nothing. They don't have no fuel to keep going.
Exactly.
And that's the whole thing. But now dudes are getting to the point where they feel they got to go toe to toe with a woman.
And not even toe to toe though, bro. It ain't even about going toe to toe. It's about correcting you
back and forth.
When not even back and it's correcting you when you're wrong.
No,
if you talking and you say 1 + 1, hold on, look, King, this is what I'm saying.
You're not even gonna see her.
If you say 1 + 1 is 2,
boot her off.
If you say 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, 3 + 3 is 9. I'm interjecting. You're wrong. Let me correct you before
how many times you gonna say it?
We can't build a solid conversation on false material. We can't do it, bro.
No, but how many times you gonna say it?
Let's
Because
build
she's
on
going to
something that's
leave.
real. You see what I'm saying?
She's going to leave though, and then we get back to the conversation.
So Roll B got.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I don't be wanting the females to leave.
She got
I don't be wanting the females to leave. I be wanting them to stay. I just want them to cooperate.
But you can't. Hold on 1 second.
I mean, I concede to that.
School
you
is
can't give your square.
Jenny Moreno just said, respect your man, cook for him, pamper him, and love him. The rewards are endless if you perform them with grace and humility. At Black Man Unfiltered Network.
Hey, Black Man. The conversation is about black men grabbing their nuts and respect, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your nuts and leave.
She sound like she showed you
right, and leave. Okay, so
grab your nuts and leave.
She sound like she showed you her nuts.
Okay, so as the when I cammed up, everybody was on topic. We was talking about grabbing your nuts and respect and black man leading, taking leadership in the house. And I know somebody, I don't know if somebody said something in the chat about, it was Raw B.
It was Raw B.
Raw B. She typed in the chat that respect should be earned, right?
Chat, Cap. The chat.
No.
Remember asking you a goddamn thing.
No, because I think Black Man recognized the chat and he put it up for the panel.
And he asked us to respond to it, exactly.
And he asked everybody to respond to the chat.
Super chat.
There was a super chat.
Yeah, she sent a super chat. I'm just trying to put it.
Paid for the smoke.
Yeah, she paid for it.
Listen, Great Pill. She paid for this. Great Pill. I'm just trying to put it in context for everybody, right?
I get you.
So she paid for the
she had them in the spin cycle. She had both of them in the spin cycle.
Listen, she paid for the super chat, and Black Man asked all of us to chime in on the super chat.
While she
snatching on nuts. After we chimed in on the super chat, she felt the liberty to cam up. She took another step to cam up, right?
What you say to her, dog? What you saying to her?
No, I'm saying, okay, so Hink, you tell me if I'm wrong. When she cammed up, right? She sent the super chat, then she cammed up. When she cammed up, she spewed this narrative that the reason why black women don't respect black men is because we're big cheaters, we cheat all over the place, and blah blah blah. That was one of her main points. So we let her finish, and then I interjected and said, hey, you're actually wrong. Statistically, the majority of black men don't cheat, right? And I gave a statistic. I said 25%, but Information Man came to my rescue and actually debunked my point and actually informed us that it was lower. It wasn't 25%, it was 20. So actually he proved me even more right? After that, wouldn't you expect for her to just say, you know what? I was wrong about that, right? I was wrong about that. But what happened was
a pride got in the way.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Now, Hink, I know you came in a little late. So now that you hear it, hold on, I got Hink. Let you hear. I want to get Hink on the. I want to get Hink in here. Hink, I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I want you to. So, how do you feel about disrespectful women in your life? Say, for instance, you dating this girl, she fine as wine, and she love Hink, but all of a sudden she tell Hink, you know what? Fuck you, Nick.
Was that right?
Or she's very disrespectful towards you, bro. Well, what advice do you give men that are dating or married to disrespectful ass women?
I'm not that shit. She ain't disrespecting me. She my wife. She ain't gonna disrespect me, my wife. Now, if I went out on one date with her and she tried me, because they gonna try you, see where they can push you. But then you gotta raise up and let them know, hey, it ain't how we rolling here. If that's how you on roll, you better go find you a boy. I'm a man, and that ain't what we do here. I'm a man. I let my nuts hang. Now, if you want to show me your dick, go get one of them hermaphrodites you can mate with. That ain't me. I'm a goddamn man, and ain't nothing get stuck in me. So hell no, she ain't gonna disrespect. And if she tried to disrespect, you check her. And she continue to do it, leave her ass at the restaurant. You ain't gonna keep dealing with that bullshit. We got too many goddamn options in these streets. Too many goddamn options. And Raw B, let me tell you this. I know you still watching the show because I'm on her now. You was wrong, Raw B. If you got out of line like that on the man show, you know you wrong. Now I know you like to try people. I know how you do. I seen you up here and I had to talk to you. I had to talk you off the ledge. And I was okay with that because you seem like a nice person. But I'm very disappointed what I'm doing now. I hope they lying on you. No, I know y'all got to be lying on Raw B. I know Raw B didn't get out of character like that. Not my lady friend. I know she did. So I know they lying on you, Raw B. So Black Man Unfiltered, she come up, you let her come up.
She's actually live right now doing a show about this.
Oh, okay. Well, she's doing the show with her, and then she got to do what she got to do. She got to make her money. She got to make her money.
From here on out, when Hink comes up, you need to play Alexander O'Neal, All True Man. Stop playing.
Hey guys, well, this is theme song for right now.
Oh, girl. Them chicks better get ready. A lot of them chicks ain't gonna have a man. I'm gonna let y'all know that. You know why? Because your mouth too small.
Here we go, audience. Here we go, audience.
Apples.
Y'all ready? You ready, Hink? Guys,
thank you for being a friend.
I know this, Mike. Thanks for being a friend. Hey, y'all been driving down that road and back again.
Hey, information man know. Information man know I'm telling the truth. And you too, Black Man. If y'all think Raw B bad, y'all ain't seen nothing. Man, I done been on some panels with some women.
Woo!
Listen, Raw B ain't nothing.
Yeah, Raw B like Sesame Street compared to the motherfucker who's on the
nothing.
Well, look, you know how it is, man. Hey, I don't believe in. I believe a man panel should be a man's panel, and that's all it should be. It's like no co-ed shit. We not bringing. If you got a question, you send it in the chat.
Hey,
that's how you ask your question.
All right, listen, man. Okay, listen.
Now, if you have all women's channel, have your all women's channel. Don't let no dudes up there. And if a man want to ask a question, ask in the goddamn chat. Man, if you have a situation where y'all gonna integrate it with the women, that's cool. But at least you know what's gonna happen. You know how you gotta come at them chickens.
There you go. There you go.
You know how you gotta come at them chickens.
So listen, all in favor of not letting the ladies drop their kids off inside the barbershop, but outside the barbershop. All in favor, sign aye.
I'm not saying it's your platform. It's your platform. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just kidding, bro.
Yeah, it's your platform, bro. You do what you want to do.
I love you ladies, but nothing
I'm with podcast. I like the ladies.
Yeah.
You stay on your women's platform complaining y'all beauty salons.
Hey, you know what? And that's an idea, bro. I had an idea. I was talking to some females about that. Actually, every other Friday, we have the men come on first Friday, and then have this beauty salon on second Friday. Third Friday, the men. And I was thinking about bringing the men and the women together on one big salon and barbershop.
Like Great Pill Pocket. We do the same thing every Tuesday. I have women on one side, Tuesday men, and Saturdays every men and women. It's the same thing. But again, I mean, it's everybody podcast. You do what you want to do in yours.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do a salon. I'm gonna do the salon for sure.
Oh, man, hold on.
Hey,
man. Don't give no Fridays. Friday's a man Friday. Saturday or something.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Hey, Hink. So listen. This was exactly what she said. I want you to respond to this.
Man,
Hold on. No, let's check it out.
I know you have to be lying on my girl. I know she get out of pocket.
It ain't even that big of a deal. Just watch this. Well, her exact words was this: the majority of black men don't carry themselves in a manner that deserves respect. What do you say to that? I'm quoting her verbatim.
Hey man, I say the hell with you, Robbie. You dead wrong for that. You found a husband somehow. I guess he was good enough for you. I mean, I know security boss got her good, man. He's good enough for her. So come on, man. Don't do that. Don't paint us all with that broad. But I said there's some bad dudes out here. Yeah, there's some lousy dudes out here. There's some simps. There's some assholes. There's some jerks. Okay, it happens. But guess what? There's some women like that too. That's why most of them in the situation they are in now. Because they out here wearing bodies being sloppy.
Black Man Unfiltered. Can I say something before I peel off the panel?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me do this real quick, and I'm bring you. I promise. Here we go. There you go. So go ahead and read that, Hink.
What's that?
She said,
"Can I hang out with y'all? I bring my own clippers." I'm sorry, Dewayne, but you can't hang because you ain't no man. I'm sorry. Maybe on Beauty Salon night on Saturdays. At the barbershop.
The Ice Cube and the Ice Cube and Queen Latifah joint.
No, we ain't having that.
That's co-ed. Was that co-ed too? That was co-ed.
We ain't doing
All right,
that.
so information man wants to come
down
up.
in there.
So information man, I'm gonna let you go ahead, man. We about to shut it down anyway, man. I'm gonna lock the doors of the barbershop in a second. Information man, go ahead, brother.
No, I just want to say this, and this is something that I preach all the time, even on my own show. We got to stop maximizing what black men are. A lot of times people always say, all of black men are this. You don't know all of black men. So what we do in our culture too often, in some of our areas of our culture, is that we take the minimum and we make it the maximum. We take the maximum and make it the minimum. So if we have a large number of us as black men that are successful, we take care of our business, we raise our kids, we're responsible men, that does not get amplified in society. And unfortunately, sometimes our women don't amplify that because they focus on the most negative thing that happened to them. It's just like what Les Brown says, a negative has 10 times or 20 times more power over you than a positive. We can remember negative things back to when we were kids, and it'll have a lingering effect on us. So if black women select men that are black men that have treated them poorly because it was a visceral impact to them emotionally, they'll amplify it a lot of times, especially on social media, as it's all black men. When in fact, it is not all black men. It is simply the dusty and musty ones that you dealt with, that you chose. And if black women feel that black men are no good, then ask yourself, why are you still getting into bed with us and having children with us? Why are you still messing with us in a sexual manners? I think what it is that black women are frustrated by the bad experiences that they've had with some men, and they amplify it on all of us. And you just can't do that because you don't know all of us. So I think we need to stop. We need to stop that. That's got to be stopped. Putting that kind of narrative. I don't agree with that narrative. And so Black Man Unfiltered, I want to say thank you for letting me come up tonight.
Anytime, brother. Anytime, brother.
But first, before we say things, we should definitely do our research and have a grasp of what's really going on. And that's just my position on this. And black men, it is up to us to manage and control the narrative of who we are as men. We have to control the narrative. We know that society is trying to make us look bad. And we have some of our women out here who will try to make us look bad as well. But we have to dominate the narrative. This is why this is important to have this conversation, these type of channels. Continue to dominate the narrative as to who we are. No one knows us better than we ourselves. So thank you, brothers. I appreciate you letting me come up, and here's the clap. Thank you.
All right, information man, I'm gonna IG you in the morning, brother, about our show.
Right on.
No problem. Everybody take care. I'll be watching in the clouds. Peace.
All right, peace, brother. All right, next up, we got my brother Hink. Hink, what you got for us, man? And I know you came in a little late, man. Hey, thank you. Listen, man, I'm gonna give you your flowers while you can smell them, brother. You know I always got to give you your flowers, man. Thank you for being a great dad to your son, bro. I thank you for being there for him. Thank you for when he getting these camps and he's doing what he needs to do, bro. Thank you for being a great dad to him, man. You're a true example of what a black man should look like, bro. And they can't say what they say about us when they got you, when they got me, when they got Mr. Bennett, when they got Bernard, when we got uncles. They ain't got their own kids yet, but we got Uncle Angelus and Uncle Shorty Doo-Wop. You know what I'm saying? Mandrell. We're all fathers in some capacity. And so, man, thank you for being a friend, bro. That's your jam. But go ahead.
Hey, man, look here. I'm going to say it till I can't say it no more. Black men, protect yourself at all the time. I don't give a damn what's going on around you, man. Don't involve yourself in the bullshit. Rise above it. Let your nuts hang. And don't ever let no chick put them in a purse.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just heard Hink, and I approve this message. Here we go.
Thank you for being a friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got the one and the only Mandrell in the building. Mandrell, give us your final thoughts, your words, your thoughts, your everything, Doc. The kind of deal you were.
Final thoughts is basically I can't say what I want to say.
Please don't. Please, Jesus.
Okay. Fair enough, whatever. Anyway, fellas, it's about, I'm not saying don't check women if they get out of line. You have to check them. If you don't check them, then they're just going to, it's human nature to, when you find an opening, the tendency is to push things as far as you can. And women are really good at this, and some of them get off on it. So yeah, check them. But when you're dealing with an unruly woman, your tactics is something you have to consider. You got to change your tactics. You're not going to win, going at a woman, match your energy and going head up, because the point of you checking a woman is to get your point across. And if she's just over talking you and you're over talking her, your point is never going to get across, and it's never going to sink in. You got to come up with something better than that. I'm going to send you some music from me.
Jesus Christ. Come on, Mandrell.
So disrespectful.
Come on.
So
isn't it? See, he wouldn't do that if we were face to face, Hank.
I'll slap the shit out your ass.
Yeah, I'll slap his big ass right on the ground. After it takes you 2 hours to get up off the ground.
Okay. Slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, it takes you 2 hours to get off the ground.
And slap your ass again.
Anyway, like I was saying, fellas, when it comes to a woman, understand this. You can be talking to her, you can be making perfect sense. But if you say one word that triggers an emotion in that woman, she's going to be stuck right there while you keep going with the conversation. And until you go back and address that word that you said that triggered an emotion, she's going to be stuck right there and you're never going to get anything accomplished. Get into these conversations with the goal of making a point and getting them to understand. That'll help. And understand, fellas, when a woman's trying to get under your skin, she's going to keep going and keep going and keep going. Disengage and ignore her. If you give her nothing to oppose, she'll take care of herself. And it goes with anyone, men and women, because you got a lot of men out here who act like women, talk and sound like women, and it's sad to see.
But no.
So, that's why I tend to mind my own business, and I'll tell you to fuck off if you get on my nerves. Okay. And that's I recommend everyone else do. That's what men do. Okay. But I talked to Bernard once. He gave a perfect analogy of me. Perfect. Some about a lion and a mouse. I'll let Bernard tell you when he's up. Let him describe it to you. All right. That's my thing. That's my thing. Fellas, don't let someone get you out of frame. Check women, but do it in the right way. Work on different tactics, man. Otherwise, you'll never get anything done.
All right, appreciate you, brother. All right. Hey, next in the building, we have my brother from another mother. Let's give it up for Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, I know you feeling kind of a little down with the Celtics not getting a 3-1 lead tonight.
Hey, it's a series, so we going 7. Looks like. So
yeah, that's what it looked like. All right, Doc, what do you have for us,
how
man?
this goes. Well, I want to kind of dovetail off of what Brother Mandrell was saying earlier. I think how you conduct yourself in relations with women, part of it has to do with your own mindset, your own self-image. And so that would encourage men to improve your self-image, know your worth, do things that increase your worth, so that you'll have a better respect for yourself. And the next thing I would say, once you have a change in your mindset, then your tactics are important. And one thing I was thinking about tonight, there was a reference made, I want the knife tonight. And for a lot of us old heads, we know what that means. That was from The Golden Child. And that movie came out in 1986. Interesting thing happened also in 1996 in the entertainment field. On one hand, you had a song that came out by Gwen Guthrie called Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. And that song basically became a national anthem for a lot of our sisters out there. It was like it just kind of took over. Interesting enough, in the same year, in 1986, you had another song that came out, and it was by brother Aran Juice Jones called In the Rain. And there was a segment of the song where he basically addresses a woman who has been unfaithful to him and how he went about it. And one thing that we talked about tonight is how you don't necessarily want to match energy with energy or bad energy with bad energy. And it's not so much about the situation I was in, but I was just want us to think about how he handled the situation. He got out of the situation. He did things proactively to get out of the situation. Had a clothes packed at the beginning of the ready for her clothes to be left. He took away the credit cards and all the things that she had. So the way he went about how to got out of a bad situation with a woman who wasn't good for him, I think should have been a model for a lot of us. So as Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent became a national anthem for women, we probably could have took some notes from how he dealt with that situation and how he dealt with that woman, how he dealt with this idea of disrespect. So I think it's something worth, for you younger folks, go and listen to that song by Aran Juice Jones, In the Rain, and try to take some notes from that in terms of how you go about handling your business, still being in your masculine, still being in your, being respectful of yourself, and how to handle a situation with tact, as Brother Mandrell was saying earlier. So just some thoughts I had tonight. I was just thinking about that song all night as we were talking about how do you go about doing things. But again, matching energy or net bad energy with bad energy, at the end of the day, you just make yourself look bad at the end. But we can take some lessons for that song, and we need to start listening to that song again, because we may learn some things as men on how to go about our business. So that's all I had tonight. Great conversation as usual, and look forward to seeing you guys again, God willing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Bennett, man. Thank you for always being here, brother. All right, guys, we're gonna bring in I'm gonna get all the ball guys together, because you motherfucker. I'm gonna get Bernard. Come on in here, Bernard. All these ball guys. We had Mandrell, then we had Mr. Bennett. Here go Bernard. Damn. Go ahead, Bernard. What you got for
I'm
us
not
tonight?
bald.
Take your hat off.
No.
Oh, okay.
He got that Stephen A. Smith going, huh? Yeah, all right. Okay, so
it like a goddamn construction site.
Hey man, girl got that cul-de-sac, babe.
Hey, Hink, we call that a reverse fade.
Oh my God. That boy say, man, Dre got a cul-de-sac. I can't. Every time I might go. Go ahead, Bernard.
All right, so what we have to do, guys, we have to stop getting distracted. We have to stay on subject, and as men, we got to have each other back. No, we're not going to agree exactly on everything. We're not, but we're going to have to stop getting distracted. We've done this too many times, and we keep saying, "Man, we won't even talk about that." It's called distraction. That's what it is. It's called distraction, and that's what's wrong with our culture in the whole. We're always distracted about something. You're looking at the smoke and you never know where the damn fire is. Find out where the fire is, and let's deal with the fire. That's what we have to do. Number 2, get to know yourself. Try to master yourself as much as you can. Because guess what? When you do your part in a relationship, like I tell my wife all the time, and I'm being upfront, this is like one of the few things I'll make private public. I'm not going to feel bad because I did all I could as a man. Would I die for you? Yeah. Would I be like Terminator with no legs and still be crawling and still shooting? Yeah. But once I've done everything I can do, I'm not going to feel bad. So know your place, whatever place you're at. You're not ready to get married? Don't get married. Just like Hink said, you know who you are. You know you're a hoe. You don't need to be married. I'm talking to men, not women. Don't get married. Because you got to remember, men, some of these women do have brothers like Hink and me and Mandrell. You just don't know it. So if you ain't ready to get married, don't be going around breaking nobody's heart. And after all of that, I love talking to you brothers up here because everybody brings something to the table. And I tell everybody this all the time, whether you want to admit it or not, you can learn something from the person you don't like or even a fool. And what can you learn from a fool? You learn that's something that you don't want to do or what he's doing. So, hey, that's all I got to say. And Mandrell told me to do this. This is how I am. I'm like, and Mandrell said this is him too. If you see us as lions, as men, playing with the mouse, let us play with the mouse. Don't come over here messing with us while we playing with the mouse and we just playing with the mouse. Because we're not going to just roar. We're going to bite too. That's how I roll. That's how Mandrell roll. I'm sure that's how a few of y'all roll. And like a bad light, I'm out.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. See you in a little bit. Hey, all right. Hey, listen, we're going to go ahead and bring Lip Podcast. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's bring Lip Podcast on up with final words, guys. And let's make it a minute or less so we can get in this back chat and talk about all this bull loving. Oh, 1 second. Here we go. Give us your final thoughts, man.
I want to say shout out to Bernard for one of the last things that he said, which was everybody has something to offer, right? That's kind of like, it's not my mantra, but I kind of live by that, bro. Like, I feel like I said it before, I said it again. I feel like we too often as men, knowing the experiences that men go through, knowing the plight of men, we try to pick and choose stuff to define as being a real man or as manhood because it applies to us. I could say, well, I'm dark skinned, so I'm a real man. I got big shoulders, so I'm a real man. Man, all of that don't even matter, bro. Like, and unless you give me a reason to want to check you or whoop you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you a real man to me, period. Unless you just doing some fuck shit that we all ain't playing about, like with kids or none of that other stuff, graping, none of that. You feel me? But I just want to say to the cats that's more like me, right? I know it's a lot more of us than a lot of these cats want to accept. Oh, well, you got to deal with us. You want to call me emotional, frustrated, whatever you want to call me, you're going to have to deal with it, period. We ain't going nowhere. You ain't shutting us up. We not going to be quiet. Any panel that I can be on, I'm going to be on, and I'm going to be me every step of the way. I'm going to be the spiritual me. I'm going to be the gang banging me. I'm going to be the defend women me. I'm going to be the defend men me. Whatever I feel I need to be in the moment, that's what I'm going to be. And ain't nobody going to stop me from being that, period. And that's not me being tough. That's me saying to other brothers that's like me, bro, don't let these niggas in the manosphere and the YouTube sphere try to change you, bro. You got to find the healthiest version of yourself and be that. But if there's a moment where you frustrated, don't hold that frustration in. Stress kills. I'm a person that deals with anxiety, depression, and PTSD. And so in the moment, if somebody make me feel like I need to go off, I'm going off. It's just that simple. It don't matter. Excuse me. Don't matter who it is. So that's my piece, and I appreciate you for letting me have it back, man.
No problem at all, brother. Thank you for being here, brother. All right. So the next one, you can stay in the back of the podcast. We'll be back there in a minute. All right. So we're going to bring up my boy Freezy. Freezy, give us your final thoughts. 1 minute or less, brother.
Freezy ball-headed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, I got a cul-de-sac.
Okay. Yeah, him and Mandrell got a court. Mandrell got a cul-de-sac, tennis court.
Non-hole, A-hole. I mean, I don't know what's going on, Mandrell.
Mandrell took his hat off. I said, damn, is that a construction site? Okay, go ahead.
What I was okay. Well, as always, Black Man, I really appreciate you, man. You don't have to let me come up on your panels, I really
you my guy,
appreciate.
man. You my guy. Come on now.
And one thing I've learned from showing up on these panels, which I love it, because even though we might not have any resolve at the end of some panels, it's still a step in the right direction. That's why I love coming on these panels, right? And to me, it's almost like organized chaos or the Black Parliament. Okay. And when it comes to people on these panels, I could just only speak for myself. You especially women, you won't ever have to worry about me calling you out your name or getting to that level of disrespect. Even though I've been called out my name, I've been called all kind of shit on these panels, but I try to keep some type of decorum to where I don't reciprocate that type of action, right? But I've learned also panel etiquette, right? So I know that in the point of contention with two people on the panel, whether it's a man and a man or a man and a woman, right? I try to let those two people get their point out. Just okay, like if Gray Pill is going at it with a woman, right? He's trying to make a point. Okay, I try not to interject in their little contention, because Gray Pill it might seem like he's derailing, but Gray Pill might have sometimes I do that in real life. It seems like I'm derailing, but I might have a point that I'm trying to make that won't get out if I keep getting interrupted, right? So I try to let people talk, because they might have a more to their story. So that's what I try to do. I just try to let unless the person that owns the channel says hey, he stops the show. I just try to let those people just duke it out, because look, let's just be honest, all these shows aren't going to go smooth sailing every time, man. It's not. It's just we got different characters, different personalities, and I've accepted that. So, but like I said, I want to thank you, Black Man, and I'm signing off. You're on mute, my brother.
All right, I'll see you in the back. You want to sit in the back with us?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, man. Bringing up another ball fella here. I got two left. Angeles.
I'm not bald. That's Sarhel.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought
you see my Instagrams or Facebook. Don't play me out like that.
Mandrell just put it.
I ain't worried about no Mandrell. That's Sarhel. Don't play me out like that.
All right, Mr. Sarhel speaks in the building.
Well, first of all, I'm sexy, so Angela said that with a little bit more respect. Black Man Unfiltered, thanks for letting me on tonight. Really appreciate you. Just want to say, great show. Men, grab your nuts. Let's be men. It's just that simple.
Oh, damn. All right. Thank you so much, Sir Hell Speaks. See you in the back, brother. All right.
Okay, thank you. I know Sir Hell guy threw me off with the.
He said he's sexy.
Yeah, I mean that's your thing. I mean you're married, sir. You're winning. So I mean that's a consistent validation you get from your lovely wife. That's not me for to judge you. I don't judge faces. Shout out to the Black Pill. My bad. I'm saying names. I know they motherfucker come over here. But back to the subject at hand. The subject was men getting their balls back and respect. So respect goes into all shapes and form. I think Mr. Bennett and Mandrell and King Thanos, that should be your intro, Thanos. Just do your finger snapping. Had a valid point is how you carry yourself, whether you're being the internet folks, where you've been in the streets. Why are you going to give a woman, because that's where we ended off with, why are we giving women energies to argue and dictate something they said? Yes, it's true. If you're saying 1 + 1 is 2, we've been in marriages, engagements, exclusive relationships, hell, even our female daughters, if you have them, they want to go back and butt heads with you. Why give them that same energy and consistently? 1 + 1 is 1. They know the sky is blue. Well, I'm going to sit there and waste my own energy butting heads against the wall. I think I was pretty much quoting Prime on the chat for that one. So that's pretty much the point. and how you conduct yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. Now, if I got a history with certain people, I have history again. Content creator for God knows how long, 10 years on a gaming platform. You know, do your homework. And that's just me speaking out loud. That's just how you carry yourselves. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that energy for it, and if you do have a, you know, and no disrespect to people out there, if you have a unhinged or some kind of unbalanced purpose about you, then that's another problem you have to kind of work on yourself with. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming on, we had a gentleman, shout out to him. And again, God bless Black Man Unfiltered, how the whole panel carried it. This was a man that was on the chat. He brought him on. He didn't seem like he was all the way there, but guess what? All the men in the panel was speaking to him with grace and respect, and he could not subject the two, internet and real folks. He was taking everything like it was real life and was threatening a chat member that he don't know from the internet, the web. So again, it's how we carry ourselves. Shout out to Black Man Unfiltered. Shout out to all the guys that was here, had a good conversation. Even the difficult conversations are good conversations. So even if you curse me out, scream at me, whatever, hey, I'm gonna still have a smile on my face when it's pushed this button. I'm gonna still get laid. I'm gonna still listen to my music. I'm gonna still have a conversation with my homeboys, Black Man Unfiltered. What you doing Saturday? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whether we argue or disagree or not, I'm still good. God bless y'all. Have a good one. Shout out to the chat.
I appreciate you, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, the big all baby, the Nigerian sledgehammer. We just definitely want to bring him in. Can you give us your final thoughts, Black David?
Final thought. Beside Black Man sharing his twin brother on the stage to say that's his name with the sound here. Here's my final thought, ladies and gentlemen. For all the brothers out there, it's not about you having your nut. It's more about setting the standard. I don't care less than this time to start one about you. If you don't set the standard for yourself, no one's going to respect you. I'm going to keep it simple. Don't just carry your nut. Set the standard beforehand before this happens. This is why other community of men don't allow such nonsense to take place within their surroundings. Until we learn from that and start doing better, nothing's gonna change. Until then, one love, peace. Don't play game with women. Let them know who you are, set the standard and keep it pushing. And be consistent with it. Don't flip-flop. If women for the street, lead them in the street. Don't entertain them. Because you're wasting your time, your effort, and your money in the street for no apparent reason. Looking for a quality woman, stay away from the street. Look to a higher place where you find quality women. Because when you waste your time on the street, you can't get mad they burnt you because you chose that in the first place. That's what I gotta say. Set the standard, set the bar. Plain simple. Let's stop the nonsense. And leave it. And once again, that Black Man twin brother. As you can see, he ain't the same.
Get your ass out somewhere. Hey, so guys, thank you for being here tonight. Another great conversation. All right. Sometimes we box. Sometimes we get into sometimes we get into these verbal spats. But again, damn, J-Lo on TV. Hold on just a second. Okay. So sometimes we get into these spats or whatever. But it's fine. It's okay. All right. At the end of the day, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. All right. So thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you for the super chats, guys that gave super chats. Thank you guys for who sent the cash apps tonight. I thank you for that. And I want to thank everybody that was on the panel tonight. Thank you, Lil Mandrell. Thank you, Angelus. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Lil Podcast. Thank you, Freezy, Canadian Born, Hink 75. Thank you, Sir Hell Speaks. Thank you for coming in tonight, giving your perspective as well. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys for coming in tonight. And Mr. Bennett as well. Thank Mr. Bennett as well. All right. This has been another episode of The Barbershop. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I just want to give you guys a head up. On Tuesday, it's going to be a powerful conversation. I'm going to try to get some of these guys that's on the panel tonight here because it's going to be real good to hear them talk about this. Tuesday, we're talking about my wallet, my choice. And what that means is I'm not putting no money in with my husband money. I made the money. He don't need it. Ain't no one pot. No such thing. We're talking about that on Tuesday. We're gonna have a mixed panel of ladies and men. We're gonna work that out. All right, guys. So again, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for being a part of Black Man Unfiltered Barbershop Talk tonight. If you didn't watch it all the way, go watch the replay. Bars.